utilities, right here on Pirate Radio.
Hi, I'm Annalie Newhoff.
And I'm Rob Campbell.
And we are with Copy Pro. We have been locally owned and operated here in Eastern North Carolina for almost 50 years. Copy Pro is the leader in office technology.
Does your business struggle with keeping printing costs low or producing professional documents? Here at Copy Pro, total customer satisfaction is our number one priority.
We have a variety of solutions to help reduce your printing expenses and make your business more productive. Call us today at 1-800-682-6558 or online at copypro.net.
Copy Pro, we are the professional office systems people.
UBE and PirateWare.com are proud to offer the Pirate Nation its largest inventory of ECU merchandise and tailgate supplies ever. UBE has the best prices in town, so that makes UBE your one-stop shop for all things ECU. UBE does daily restocks of Champion, Adidas, and Under Armour. Don't forget to bring your young pirates to plunder the Crow's Nest, which is the only kids store dedicated to ECU. Plenty of free parking in Uptown Greenville. Visit them online at PirateWare.com. Go Pirates! Do you ever talk to yourself about where to eat today, and then you hear
Warren's Hot Dogs?
Then you're thinking, yeah, 2 hot dogs, chips, and a drink for only $6.25 would be awesome.
Warren's Hot Dogs.
And maybe some homemade lemonade, perhaps a pizza or a sub, and definitely an apple or peach turnover.
Warren's Hot Dogs.
Don't overthink where to eat today. Go to Warren's Hot Dogs in Greenville across from Ron Ayers or in Chocowinity next to the fire station. Warren's Hot Dogs, serving the Pirate Nation since 1991. Go Pirates!
For the latest from the world of golf, tune in every Saturday morning from 8 to 10 for the Golf Shop Radio Show, presented by PlayGolfMyrtleBeach.com, the golf capital of the world. Hosts Mark Greenhelch and Matt Blanchard talk golf from tee to green and everything in between. If you like golf, you're going to love Golf Shop Radio. Before you tee up, drop on in. Welcome to the Golf Shop.
Before anyone walks into your business, the outside is what they see. Make sure your first impression is a good impression with the right curb appeal. Hi, this is Daniel Andrews from Dan Andrews Lawn Service. We specialize in making your business look great. Let us handle all your professional landscaping needs. We do it all so you don't ever have to worry. Residential services are also available. Call us today at 717-8006 and we'll come out and give you a free quote. Taking care of your landscaping needs is all we do, and we've been doing it for over 20 years. You can trust our reliable team at Dan Andrews Lawn Service, covering all of Eastern North Carolina.
Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Keep it local. Print it local with University Sportswear. University Sportswear ENC.com is your one-stop shop for all promotional products for your business. With over 1 million items to shop from, University Sportswear ENC.com offers high-quality products at prices to fit any budget. Visit University Sportswear ENC.com for contact information and to get shopping. University Sportswear ENC.com, the official sportswear provider of Pirate Radio.
If you missed Pirate Radio Live, you missed
Josh Gross. So how about this? So you go up, you get in the game, you get a hold of one, and you know it's gone. What are you doing immediately after that?
Well, I would probably throw my bat as far as I could, and then I would probably bear crawl around the bases.
All right, so you're getting ejected. Cliff is suspending you for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
But it's all worth it.
Totally worth it. I'd probably retire.
Just take the jersey off.
Literally tip the cap to the crowd.
I would
done.
touch home plate, just walk out of the stadium and drive home.
Pirate Radio Live, weekdays from 3 to 6, right here on Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation. This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington.
Can you be quiet, please? Thank you.
Welcome to Pirate Radio Live.
It's me, Nancy Garcia.
Clip. Hey, man, good to see you, brother.
Excitement time.
Clam down! Clam down! Clam down! Clam down!
Pirates are going dancing, baby!
They picked us last. They picked us last. And now we're going dancing. We're going dancing.
How about those friggin' Pirates?
Now live from the Pirate Radio studios in the heart of the Pirate Nation, here is your host, Clip Brock.
Welcome in to a Tuesday edition of Pirate Radio Live. Clip Brock here with you inside the Pirate Radio studios, coming to you on Pirate Radio 92.7 FM in Greenville, 104.1 in Washington. You can find us on 1250 and 930, also online, PR927FM.com, and watch us on Facebook Live and YouTube, be a part of the show with your question or comment. We'll interact with you on this lovely but a bit chilly Tuesday edition of PRL. Like Tim Peaton, who's already in on YouTube, and says, good afternoon, Cliff, Shirley, and Chandler. I believe Tim knows my name is Cliff, but maybe he doesn't. And it's fine. I've been called a lot of things, including Cliff. Look, I didn't choose this name. It was picked for me. What is a name? And have you ever thought about that? Let's introduce everyone. Shirley Rhodes is here. Shirley is her name. How do you feel about the name Shirley, Shirley?
I've never been the biggest fan of it, but it's my name.
It's your name. Too late to change now.
Yeah.
Chandler was named after a sitcom character, the show Friends. Hello, Chandler.
Hey, Clip. How you doing, buddy?
I'm good.
That is a true statement.
How do you like the name Chandler?
I love it.
That's a great name. You can shorten it to Chan.
It's just also like I feel like it's not a common name, so
yeah,
yeah, I like it.
Now Jonathan is a common name, but goes by his last name quite a bit, Ellerbe, which is not as common. Jonathan, how do you feel about the name Jonathan?
I feel pretty good about it. You know,
Yeah.
The problem was one of my good friends growing up when I was real young, from like kindergarten to like third grade, his name was John. And so that's why a lot of people just converted. And Ellerbe is my dad's always been called by the last name too. I mean, it's kind of one of those.
Your dad's got several nicknames, right?
Yeah, he does. He's got.
What's the most famous one?
Well, my dad's real name is James, but everybody calls him Nicky.
Yeah.
Because his middle name is Nicholson. So,
Right. Oh, that's cool.
so-
What's your middle name?
Nicholson as well.
Really?
But I guess I could be Nicky Jr. if you wanted to.
Nicky J. Okay.
Oh, Nicky J.
So,
John Nicholson. You should be courtside for sporting events, like your Uncle Jack.
John Nicholson does kind of sound like I could be on Channel 3 News.
John Nicholson. In fact, people in the media change their names quite a bit.
Absolutely.
And that probably would be your name, John Nicholson, with the news.
What would be your news name?
Clip would probably be too confused. Is Clifton a news name?
No,
Clifton Brock.
Clifton.
Yeah,
No,
that is my real name.
Clifton is more of a Harvard name.
Harvard. I am not Clifton. That's why I don't go by Clifton. Yeah, I don't. Maybe Brock something, because my last name is Brock.
Yeah.
Brock Sanders or something. I don't know. I don't know.
What could we go with, Brock? What would be? Have you ever had a nickname?
Clip.
I know, but I mean,
My grandma calls me Chip.
like David Garrard was called the beer truck.
I've had many nicknames.
William Perry was called the fridge. What was the best and worst?
One time I broke my thumb, and I was called the Iron Thumb. We used to play basketball, and I'd play with my cast on and hurt everybody, and they'd get mad at me.
So you at a point of time in your life, you were known as the Iron Thumb.
I think a very short period of time.
All right, what? Give us some more nicknames.
I don't know.
You don't like me asking the questions, do you?
I don't really have a good answer for you.
This is where you turn right and you start pinning nicknames. Chandler, what are some of your nicknames?
Clipper, I guess, would be a nickname. Clippo the Hippo, most recently.
Really?
Yeah.
Someone called you a hippo?
Ellerbe, you got to follow the show.
I know. Well, I've been out of town for a little bit.
Lane Hoover's dad, after a game, I heard a call from the stands. Clippo the Hippo. So, yeah, it's getting out there, I guess. Anybody ever call you John or Johnny or John Boy?
I have been called all three, yes.
Yeah.
Not a big fan of either.
Yeah, I would imagine. John Boy Ellerbe. All right. How do you feel about your name? Let us know. Coming up, speaking of names, Mike Mullis will join us. We call him Mully. Bryce Williams also going to join us later on the show, known as Slim 80 during his playing days.
Slim 80?
Because he was a slim fella and he wore the number 80. So Slim 80 going to join us on the program. Coming up in the 5 o'clock hour.
Me and Jonathan, or should I say Ellerbe, or John Boy, we were talking about this earlier today, but if you haven't seen it, Cam Newton is participating in Auburn's Pro Day today to get, I guess, in front of some scouts. I guess we can talk to Bryce Williams about maybe if he wants to try to go out there to ECU Pro Day.
I was pushing for a comeback.
Yeah. I mean, you had Kurt Benkert throwing at the Combine, right?
Yes.
So you see some of these guys who are, I guess, former players or still active players trying to still get their name out there. How would Bryce do at a pro day? He's only got a week and a half to train at this point, so the days are getting numbered. But, yeah.
We saw him running some routes when Shane Carden came to town for Senior Day. Him and Shane were out there at Dowdy Ficklen Stadium making some connections again. And I thought he looked pretty good, but, he's, 6'5", 6'6", so go out there and make some catches.
I think he's still in playing shape. So
he still works out every day.
Yeah.
I think it'd be good if we took one of the old ECU jerseys we got around here and put it on like Clip or Chandler, and y'all kind of try to ease your way out there in front of the scouts.
I disagree with that. Best pro day ever was Josh Smith, who went out there, I think, after a night of partying, and he just looked like every man out there doing drills and did not take it as serious. I think he knew that his days were over.
Yeah.
But he took it as just a have fun. Hey, let's go out there and have fun.
He went out the night before like he won the Super Bowl.
Yeah. And tried his hand at pro day. And, it was, I remember chuckling about that as he was chuckling out there at pro day. We'll be covering that next week. We'll talk to some now former Pirates trying to make it to the next level along the way. We're used to some Tuesday ECU baseball. We don't have that this week. They will play Campbell coming up Wednesday in Fayetteville, and Chris Haymeyer will join us to talk about that tomorrow on the program. But no Tuesday baseball, just the one midweek game Wednesday against the Campbell Fighting Camels, Ellerbe, which will be a top 20 matchup. In fact, I was talking to Haymeyer. We're going to get him on tomorrow, but he said that he has looked at projections that not only has the Greenville Regional being played postseason, which we've gotten used to quite a bit, but also saw a Bowie's Creek Regional being discussed if Campbell can get to that top 16. So that's how good they are. That's how serious the Camels are. We saw that earlier this year when they knocked off the Pirates.
Would they host in Fayetteville or in Bowie's Creek?
Good question. Well, they have that nice ballpark in Bowie's Creek, so I'm assuming they would host there. Yeah, that was built for a minor league team, right? So
I didn't know if they had the capacity there or to meet the standards of
Yeah, I think their stadium's good enough now where they could host.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, just another solid North Carolina baseball team.
Well, it would be awesome because then you wouldn't have to worry about the Camels being in the Greenville Regional.
True.
Which they've...
A pesky 2-3 seed?
They are. They are a pesky 2-3 seed.
And now, if there potentially could be a 2 seed in the Greenville Regional, the way they play. But let's take care of business on Wednesday. Got George Mason coming up this weekend. Got spring ball going on as well, and the Pirate Radio cameras and microphones will be out there at the conclusion of today's practice. We still have some housekeeping to do. You'll hear from Mason Garcia, Jalen Johnson, Julius Wood from this weekend. We'll play that later on today as spring football going on, Ellerbe. And every Tuesday, we decided we are going to rank the ECU football opponents in different categories.
Man.
No homework for Ellerbe this week.
What was the homework?
I didn't do mine either.
I was out last week.
We decided on, I believe, vacation destinations, which will be pretty easy. You don't have to do much homework on it.
Nah.
We'll just name the cities and destinations, and you pick the one you would visit, like to visit the most.
Yeah, why don't you run through them 1 through 12, and then we can rank them.
All right. So, again, the schedule is beginning on September 2nd, a road trip to Ann Arbor to face Michigan. After that, Marshall coming to town. Of course, we're doing everything as if we're traveling to that destination. So we're talking about Huntington, West Virginia. You've got Appalachian State in Boone, North Carolina. Gardner-Webb in
Boiling Springs.
Very good. North Carolina. Rice is in Houston. SMU in the Dallas area, Charlotte in Charlotte, UTSA, San Antonio, Tulane, Nolans, FAU, Boca Raton, Navy in Annapolis, Maryland, and Tulsa in beautiful Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Okay.
All right, so
bottom.
Chandler, you start with the bottom.
Let's go from 12 up.
Tulsa, Oklahoma.
As I look down this list, I'm going to put Boiling Springs, North Carolina as number 1.
Yes.
Or number 12, I should say.
I agree.
And I don't know much about what's going on there. If we have anybody who has been to Boiling Springs.
I've ridden by where Boiling Springs is, where I've seen the Gardner-Webb signs. I mean, the only advantage.
They have a nice water tower.
The only advantage it has is that it's closer than Huntington and Tulsa, which I believe are got to come up at number 11 and 10.
Yeah, but we're talking about a destination vacation. You want to be far away from home.
Oh, okay. Good point.
Any mountains or anything there?
It's up in the mountain area, so you're coming back.
Okay.
So,
the foothills, I guess, if you will.
No, it's definitely. I think it's
in Cleveland County.
I think it's definitely 12 on the list.
All right,
for
Boiling
vacation
Springs.
destination. Yeah, absolutely.
All right, number 11. So, again, you've got Huntington here. There's a lot of cities. Annapolis, Maryland, and Tulsa, Oklahoma.
It's definitely either. I'm going either. I'm debating between Tulsa and Huntington.
Is Huntington in the mountains?
Yeah, I mean, it's in West Virginia. The whole state's in the mountains.
Okay.
So I'm going to go. It's just a nice place, nice people, but just go Huntington.
Huntington, number 11 on the list, which makes Tulsa, Oklahoma, number 10?
Number 10.
Okay.
Absolutely.
All right. So now we get to some cities, but, I mean.
Can you move the list over here so I can look at it?
Oh, sure. What are you going to do in Ann Arbor?
That's a good question. I'll tell you maybe September 2nd.
Ann Arbor is on the list right now. Annapolis
is a great city. There's a lot of fun stuff to do up there. A lot of history, right on the water, a lot of great food. No, Annapolis is going to be high for me.
Okay.
Higher. I mean, I think Charlotte. San Antonio is pretty cool.
I like Charlotte.
New Orleans is, Houston. You got Houston and Dallas are kind of, depending on what you're going there for. Are you going there there's a lot of sporting events you could tackle in those cities because there's a lot of professional and college teams in that area.
You want to go Ann Arbor here?
Just out of not knowing what to do, I think you got to go Ann Arbor, number 9.
Okay. All right. Can we work our way from the top now? Let's pick our top spot.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, I've never been to any of these places. I was thinking New Orleans or San Antonio.
I think put me on the beach in Boca Raton.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, it's just a little bit north of Miami. It's the weather's going to be 80 degrees. It's ritzy. It's going to be clean. I've never been to Boca, but I've heard I've been to Miami.
It sounds like a place where a lot of old rich people would hang out.
Yeah, which means there's going to be a lot of nice things. And if we can afford, if we're not affording, if it's just, hey, look, we each got thousands of dollars to go do this.
Yeah, right now all I can afford is probably Boiling Springs. So we're just going to assume that we can afford all this.
Maybe just Boiling, not the Springs. But let's go. I'm going Boca Raton for me because I want to sit on a beach and relax and read a book and hang out in warm weather. That appeals to me.
Well, I'm taking number 2. I'll give you 3, Chandler. I'm going to go San Antonio. I always hear about the
Riverwalk.
The Riverwalk and the Alamo, and I believe it's a walkable area.
Do you remember the Alamo?
I remember it well. I do. So I'm going to go San Antonio, number 2 on the list. All right, Chandler, you've got. Let's see. So we still have Boone.
Boone's got to be up there
on the list. We have Houston, Dallas, Charlotte,
New Orleans.
Oh yeah, New Orleans. You're going New Orleans.
Yes,
hands down. That was going to be your number 1 pick.
Yeah.
What would you do in New Orleans?
Get mugged.
Drink what?
Okay.
Hurricanes. Is that what it's called?
Hurricanes. They have these. Trying to think of the.
Did you hear Jamal Williams?
Grenades.
Jamal Williams, former Lion and Packers running back, went to the Saints.
Yeah.
And he was trying to explain. He was like, my girlfriend, wife, whatever, told me I got to try some beignets, He was trying to say beignets, I believe. Is that what is a beignet?
Beignet is kind of like a donut.
Isn't it like a funnel cake?
Yeah.
Like
it's a French style donut, but it's fried and then it's layered with powdered sugar, and it is extremely delicious. And I am a huge fan of them.
Eric liked the way I rolled my R in Boca Raton. He said your new nickname is Papi Clipo. That's a terrible nickname.
Papi
Clipo. Kaz wants to go to the Alamo. He said, I'm thinking of making that trip. Don't just think about it, be about it. Go out there. All right, number 4 on the list, we still have Boone.
Boone's a great town.
What's good in Boone?
Skiing, breweries.
That happy song. Whatever that. Happy.
Hot.
Yeah, that one.
Appalachian is hot.
I mean, you got
Daniel Boone in.
You got like Blowing Rock. There's all sorts of
the Daniel Boone hat you get to wear while you're in Boone.
There's
yeah.
Give a shout out to my nephew. They got Betty's biscuits up there. That's good.
What is he Betty? Does he know Betty?
They're putting like a nice brick and mortar biscuit. It was a food truck that's going into a place on King Street that Pirate fans need to go visit.
Betty's Biscuits. I never heard
Betty's Biscuits.
Such tell of that.
Yes.
Coming spring 2023, downtown Boone.
See?
Betty's Biscuits.
So?
All right. I'll have to look into that.
Put that on your list to do, Pirate fans. I'm trying to convince them to do a Pirate biscuit for that weekend.
Biscuits with a buzz.
Yeah.
Interesting. All right. Still, we got 4 spots left. We got to have Houston, Dallas, Charlotte, and Annapolis.
Oh, Annapolis.
Annapolis 5?
Yeah.
All right. I like
crab cakes.
I like Charlotte. You don't like Charlotte? I feel like it's a little big city. Like it wants to be a big city. It kind of is, but it's really not. And I liked going to...
What do you like, the NASCAR museum?
I've never been there. I enjoyed staying right at the epicenter and being able to walk to the Hornets game, but you're also around Dale Jr.'s bar and a bunch of cool little places. I don't know. I like
Poppy
going
like?
and not having to... Poppy like. Not having to drive the car. We also went and stayed at a place where we could just hop on the light rail and go around town. I don't know. I just thought it was a neat little wannabe big city.
I just think you're trying to avoid to go to Jerry World in Dallas.
But
have you ever been to Dallas?
No.
You don't like Dallas, period.
But isn't everything like really spread out?
Same thing with Houston. Houston is widely spread out.
Right.
Houston is actually, I think, the biggest city land-wise.
Dallas, do we have the is that the Kennedy assassination?
Mm-hmm.
So maybe a historical thing there. I don't know.
Would you go visit Jerry World to do a tour?
I don't have interest.
Zero?
No.
Even if you go for free?
No, I don't know. That would not excite me.
Annapolis is right next to, right near Washington. I'm surprised you didn't want to.
And do what?
I'm surprised.
Go look at that crappy stadium? Awesome.
I didn't know if that was so.
All right, so I'm going to go Charlotte 6, and then Ellerbe, you pick between Houston and Dallas.
I'm going to go Houston.
Houston, and then did you go to a Final Four there or a Super Bowl or both?
Super Bowl in Houston. Panthers lost to the Patriots.
Tom Brady.
In the Janet Jackson halftime show.
The Janet Jackson Super Bowl. Tom Brady was in Greenville, by the way.
He was yesterday.
I saw that on everybody's social media page.
Tom Brady was.
I guess doing a video with the Beast.
He was with the Beast. He was with Mr. Beast doing something.
Mr. Beast.
Interesting.
The GOAT was trying to get more popular, get Mr. Beast to get him more followers.
Now he's not known by enough young kids, and now he will be because he's with Mr. Beast. So our official destination travel vacation power rankings. Boca Raton, number 1.
Poppy like.
San Antone, Poppy like. Nolens, Boone, Annapolis, Charlotte, Houston, Dallas, Ann Arbor, Tulsa, Huntington, and Boiling Springs coming in at number 12. All right. Now, before football season, we have to visit all these places. Ellery, can you set that up for us? And we'll do a live on location at each spot and talk to the locals. We'll talk to the mayor of each town.
And we'll get each one sponsored.
Sounds good.
All right, set up Boca Raton and let us know.
But if we go to Dallas, come on, work it where we do the show live from Jerry's World.
Why are you obsessed with Jerry's World?
Because I just want to see you uncomfortable in there. I'm a disruptor. I like to make you a little uncomfortable.
I want me some glory hole.
Yeah. Well, if you could interview Jerry Jones, what would be your top 2 questions?
Jerry,
where is the glory hole, and why do you like it so much?
That's a good question.
I want me some glory hole.
What would be my 2 questions to Jerry Jones?
Right. I can't tell you how many times in my life when I have had
I would
it
ask him
handed
how many
to
times
me.
in his life that he has had it handed to him. I don't know.
In the middle of it.
I'm trying to think of something not mean. I'm trying to think of something
So
nice.
what would be something positive you could ask Jerry Jones?
Jerry, can I call you Jer? That's question 1.
No.
Mr. Jones.
Mr. Jones.
Why are you the way you are?
Why
Here's
would
a
they do that?
legit question. How in the old Cowboy Stadium did you get from the owner's box to the sideline so fast? Like, did you teleport?
Scotty beamed him up.
They would show him in the fourth quarter. It'd be a tight game. He'd be in the owner's box. They'd run a play, and then the next play he'd be on the sidelines over the coach's shoulder, and they'd lose, and it was hilarious.
That brings up the question, are there two Jerrys?
Ooh, is there a stand-in Jerry? What number Jerry are we on? You know how when Uga dies, they replace it? We could be on, like, Jerry the Fourth at this point, and they just keep rolling them out there. That's what I would ask him. What incarnation of Jerry are you? What number Jerry are you? All right, Ellerbe.
What's our homework? What are we going to go to next?
Yeah, what do you want to do next? So here's what we've done. We have done the best football alum that went to each school. We did the best mascot. We did the best fight song, best vacation destination. What's next on the list?
Do we go celebrity? Biggest alum, period, like at the
non-sport?
Non-sports.
Yeah. The biggest alum, non-sports.
Non-sports alum.
Non-sports alum.
For ECU, who would that be?
Would it be Vince or Sandra?
I know,
I would say Vince.
If you went around...
Yeah, if you poll people, who would they know more, Vince McMahon or Sandra Bullock?
Who would the current students know more? What if you broke it out in age?
Vince.
Probably Vince.
They're both?
Has Sandra Bullock done a relevant movie in the last 5 to 10 years?
Bird Box.
Bird Box.
A Netflix movie. It sucked. But it was everybody talked about it. Was that around COVID times, maybe?
Yeah, it was.
So it was one of those things like Joe Exotic that everybody
Tiger
watched.
King.
Did you say Ozark?
Yeah,
that was good.
That was popular.
Yeah, very good. But Bird Box, I think Sandra Bullock might have done I think she might have like a Netflix deal going now, where every now and then they pop up a new movie. All right, so yeah, we'll do that.
Famous alums, non-sports.
That'll be next week.
Most famous.
Well, technically, you can't count Sandra Bullock. She didn't graduate from here. Vince did.
You're not going to do it anyway.
That is true.
I mean, like, you're going to show up next week and just be like...
I'm literally going to ask, so what was the homework?
Focus.
How's that focus going in 2023?
It's going great. It's going awesome.
Yeah, Chandler getting it done. All right, Shirley, can I get some March Madness music?
Sure.
So I can run down these standings again? Really... all you need to know right now is Clip Brock is in the lead, a.k.a. Poppy Clipo.
Poppy like
the tournament.
Poppy's got a nice little cushion there, too.
Thank you. I've been working on it for years. Yeah.
Poppy like wings.
7-point lead over Shirley. Then you got Morgan Ehlers, Jonathan Ellerbe, Hunter Ellerbe in the mix. Former champion. I got a few former champions up here. Morgan Ehlers, Hunter Ellerbe, myself. You ever won one of these, John Boy?
I had this conversation with my son this morning on the way to school, and he was like, "You've never won." And I was like, "Well, I'll take your word for it." I mean, so he is a former champ. I still got his bracket hanging up in my office.
It is an inexact science. Sometimes people who don't watch basketball win. Sometimes they do.
I think the one shining moment interview that you'll get with Wes Hines when he wins this year will be just classic.
I can't wait to see, because we get kind of inside Bryce's thoughts on why he picks who he picks. I would love to hear that thought process with Wes. We had a couple of Wes moments on the bracket this year. Chandler Honeycutt.
It was an easy fix.
What game was it? Purdue. It was two teams
Memphis.
that lost in the first round, which makes it even funnier. Purdue and Memphis.
Yeah.
You had Purdue.
I had Purdue, Memphis, and then Purdue, Memphis. It was like a rematch.
Yeah, he had his first ever rematch in the NCAA tournament on his bracket. Which was
it's his bracket.
That's right.
Look,
and I had a blunder myself. I left one blank. I gave everybody a free space. I left the Pitt Xavier game blank.
You just didn't care about it.
I didn't care about it. I refused to make a pick on that game.
Poppy didn't like.
I just Poppy forgot. Poppy gets forgetful sometimes.
Poppy got so excited about the next game.
So I left it blank, and that could end up hurting me down the stretch as I gave up those 2 points. Because Shirley is on my heels, and Shirley, your national champion is who?
Alabama.
Roll Tide. I've got Texas. Who was your champion, Ellerbe?
Texas.
All right.
Took them.
I love Thursday night. I just want to watch the West. I really don't care about any other region this weekend. You've got Arkansas and UConn. Tristan Newton playing well for the Huskies in their run to the Sweet 16. But they are big. They are physical. Arkansas is really coming into their own. I had them beating Kansas. I have UConn winning this game. I kind of want to go back on that because Arkansas is playing great right now, but that is going to be an absolute war. And then after that, Gonzaga, UCLA. Awesome game coming up late night on Thursday night. Those are two great games going on in Vegas, Ellerbe.
Yes. Can't wait.
You can catch the action right here on Pirate Radio.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think you can wait. I think you were lying to me there. Can you not wait?
Poppy waits.
I really enjoyed the play-by-play coverage. Enjoy it every year, but tuning into Pirate Radio, live look-ins, you hear the end of games. It's a lot of fun.
Bill Rosinski, a voice, blast from the past. Good to hear him doing some games. And I've always enjoyed him when he was the voice of the Panthers.
And good to hear a guy that Coach Mack and I mutually dislike, Doug Gottlieb. I was very pleased last week when Coach Mack said he did not like Doug Gottlieb.
All right.
It validated my dislike for Doug Gottlieb.
He's kind of a villain in the basketball world.
Oh, definitely. And no, but that he likes it that way.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Like he is the heel.
If you came up and said you liked him, he might say, "I hate your shirt."
Exactly. He wants you to dislike him, and he is just like a wrestling heel, doing a great job with that. All right, Ellerbe, anything else? I had a question about Dale Murphy. Is the Dale Murphy event sold out?
We have a few tickets remaining, so if you want to get in this week. But we are coming down the closing stages. Excited. A week from Sunday, Dale Murphy in Greenville, North Carolina. Your chance to meet a living legend Sunday, April 2nd. So call us here at the studio or shoot me an email. There are a few spots remaining, but we are closing everything out by the end of business on Friday.
We'll talk baseball, ECU, and more with Mully coming up in hour number 2, but we are a week and 2 days away from opening day of Major League Baseball. For the first time since, I think, 1969, it was the 1960s, every team will play on opening day. What a novel. Yeah, I mean, why isn't it always this way?
Well, why don't they give the commissioner a raise? What a great job he's doing.
Every team will play on opening day. That's really cool. That's coming up next Thursday. And then during that weekend, the Braves will be playing the Nationals, and we'll be enjoying some baseball.
Yes, we're going to watch that game with Dale Murphy at Tiebreakers.
That'll be really cool. So that's coming up. World Baseball Classic tonight. I have not watched it the entire time. I will be tuning in tonight to see if USA can win against Japan.
Poppy-like
the Baseball Classic. All right, Ellerbe, thanks for hanging out.
See you next week. Do my homework.
Talk to you next week. We'll have the most famous non-sports alum from each of the ECU football opponents in 2023. Let's take a break. We'll come back. More to go. Pirate Radio Live. Back with you after this.
Jeff Stein, our special guest from Brown & Wood. Hey, Jeff, electric cars are coming. What's that mean for Brown & Wood customers?
For the customers, like it or not, EV is coming. We've installed 5 electric vehicle chargers here at the dealership. We have the all-new Cadillac Lyriq coming at 1st of 2024, and we've just seen the first reservation for the new Sierra EV.
People are interested in electric vehicles. How can they get up with you?
They can visit us at brownandwood.net or 329 Southwest Greenville Boulevard. Brown & Wood, 4 brands, 3 generations, 2 rooftops, and 1 goal: to make sure you leave a happy customer.
Did you know that it's illegal to dig without first calling 811? 811 is a free program that locates underground utilities, marking them with flags and paint lines so you know where not to dig. Accidentally digging into utility lines interrupts service and could seriously hurt you or someone else. If you know someone who's planning to dig, encourage them to call 811 at least 3 full working days before they dig. 811 is free, it's safe, and it's the law. This message is brought to you by Greenville Utilities and this station.
Every March, Jersey Mike's turns money from subs into charitable donations.
And March 29th is Jersey Mike's annual Day of Giving, where 100% of sales are donated to local charities.
And to kick off all that giving, Peter gave me an apron. I'm honored.
Looking good, Danny. We've got subs to make, though.
Yeah. Now I know why you gave me the apron.
Yeah.
Join us Wednesday, March 29th for Jersey Mike's Day of Giving. be a sub above.
Greetings, friends of Eastern North Carolina. If you're looking for a great place to work with competitive pay and a multitude of advancement opportunities, Pitt County Schools is hiring. We employ over 3,500 people, and we're one of the largest employers in Pitt County. We are currently seeking teachers, bus drivers, school nutrition personnel, facility staff, custodians, clerical staff, and more. We offer advanced leadership opportunities for our educators and competitive pay for our skilled labor force. If you want to be part of a thriving school system that focuses on educating students, growing our employees, and promoting positive mental and physical health initiatives, we encourage you to become a part of our Pitt County Schools family to help ensure success for the future of Eastern North Carolina. To fill out an application, visit our website today at pittschools.org. That's pittschools.org. And remember, education is truly a team effort. Pitt County Schools. Live and lead.
Be sure to check out David Price Construction for all of your commercial or custom residential renovation and building needs. Run by ECU alumni, David Price Construction specializes in commercial projects, maintenance on facilities, and large-scale residential renovations and additions. Proud to be voted the Remodeler of the Year by the Home Builders Association of Raleigh-Wake County in 2018 and Best Business Commercial Remodel Project winner for 2020. David Price Construction, the proud ECU Home Services partner.
With over 30 locations across North Carolina and southeastern Virginia, Quality Equipment is your local John Deere dealer, where you'll find everything you need for your next project. Our complete lineup of John Deere lawn and garden, agricultural, and commercial worksite equipment comes with years of experience, expertise, and dedication. We know what it takes to get it done right. Stop by today or visit us online at qualityequip.com.
To keep your bodies active and engaged in the activities that you love, you need a good stretch. And at Bodies in Balance, that's the mission they follow to give you the best quality of life. The team at Bodies in Balance can create a stretch or massage program that is right for you, featuring aromatherapy, hot stones, hot towels, cupping, percussion, and myofascial work at no extra cost if requested. And don't forget to mention Pirate Radio and get your first massage for $1 per minute and your first stretch free. Call today at 916-4530 and check them out online at bodiesinbalance.com.
Pirate Radio.
The
voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by University PC Care, your local tech support experts for all your personal and business needs. Visit universitypccare.com to learn more today. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Brown & Wood is your home of the best selection of GMC, Cadillac, Buick, and Mazda in Eastern North Carolina since 1937. You can shop their entire inventory online at brownandwoodauto.com or visit them on Greenville Boulevard. Brown & Wood, Greenville's #1 dealership and the home of the lifetime powertrain warranty. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Cliff.
All right, it is a new era of Pirate football at the quarterback position with Holton Ahlers out, Mason Garcia in. Will the Pirates add more depth to that room via the transfer portal this offseason? That remains to be seen, but right now, Mason Garcia has been handed the reins and is ready to go. Chandler is ready to go with something.
Barbecue out, pasta in.
It's a spicy meatball with the Italian stallion himself, Mason Garcia. And we had a chance to hear from him over the weekend after East Carolina Saturday practice. We'll get to that on our Flight by Yuengling practice report. The next generation of light beer is Flight by Yuengling. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yuengling, available wherever beer is sold. Let's hear what Mason Garcia had to say over the weekend.
Waiting your time and getting a chance to spring to kind of show you're the #1 guy.
I mean, it's a process, you know, and like me and Coach K were just talking after practice, you know, it's something that we both wanted in me, you know, and Holton was always there, and Holton wasn't going to come back for his last year, but, you know, it's the best decision he made, and it was the best decision for me to sit back behind him and learn another year. And coming in the spring, you know, learning behind him is like you just seeing everything quicker, you know what I'm saying, just being behind him and stuff. And that's really it, man. Just being able to sit behind him for those years and be able to come in and now just see everything and be able to do it. It's not perfect, but it's going to get there.
How comfortable are you in the offense? I mean, you've had obviously 3 years to learn it, and you feel like you pretty much know everything.
Yeah, so just preparation for me now, just being able to watch the film maybe twice before I get out here, or just be ahead of everybody, you know, just because it starts with me on this offense. So, I mean, just getting going every day and preparing really is the main key for me, and I feel great, you know, without here with these guys, and everybody's doing awesome.
How has it been kind of stepping into that, we'll call it QB1 role,
right,
where you're kind of the guy everyone looks to?
Right. I mean, you just got to, like I said, you got to be prepared. You got to be the most prepared out of everybody on the field. You got to take everything to a next level. You got to be the first one in the locker room, last one out of the locker room. Be that leader for younger guys like Raheem. You know, he came in and did a great job. You know what I'm saying? Being, you know, I'm trying to teach him as much as Holton taught me, you know, but it's great to get around with the guys and be able to feel like that man to lead the group.
How is it to get out there and kind of compete against your own defense and see what those guys can do?
What's funny is a lot of those guys on defense are 2020 class guys that came in with me. So everybody's, you know, coming together, and we're all competitive because we've been waiting our turn. So it's a lot of fire in that group. So it's awesome, competing well.
Who have you maybe developed a good connection with as far as, you know, kind of favorite targets? I know you and Shane did.
Yeah, for the first week I know it was a short 4 days, but, you know, starting with the first 4, you got Josiah, Carey, you got Jalen, Shane, you know, those guys are all veterans, you know. They know the step of football right now, and everybody's moving quick, so it's good. And the connection's just going to continue to get better, and you'll see it progress.
We've seen a couple new guys come in. I asked Coach about the guy from Georgia Southern. You know, what have you seen out of him?
I mean, he's just a competitor, you know, and that's what Coach Houston looks for in recruiting and stuff as well. So, I mean, he came in and, you know, came to workouts every day, never missed, showed up. You know, guys like him are going to help us out a lot, and we look to get more people like him. So, yeah.
You touched on kind of putting in the extra work, extra time. How much do you take from Holton in regards to that aspect of the last 3 years?
His grit for the game, you know, you see him up here all day long. You see him out here, you know, stretching in the weight room or something like that. You know, it's just seeing that stuff. You got to be into it to be able to be good in this program and anywhere in college football, because the game is very important. So.
Sorry, you had the touchdown run at the end. Do you obviously enjoy running these environments? You kind of wish at times you could maybe get hit a little bit too?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I'm running like I'm getting hit. You know, sometimes it might not seem like it, but I'm definitely running like thinking I'm trying to get away from a defender that I'm getting hit. But, you know, it's full speed everything around here with Coach Houston, so that's all that matters.
What's the relationship like now with Holton now that he's not here, but
right.
You know, do you still have a line to him?
100%. Yeah, I mean, first day of practice, you know, the first person that texted me after practice was Holton, you know, asking how everything was going. And me personally, I'm going to give him my best, you know, grid of how practice went. And he, you know what I'm saying, just backed up behind me. And we talk every day. So, I mean, that's my best friend. So, yeah, very good.
How good is it to see Josh Murphy?
That's my guy. I mean, he makes me work even more. I mean, like, I'll go home and watch film. He's like, no, we're going in the stretch real quick. You know what I'm saying? So he's a great piece to this program, and he's going to continue to work and get better. And I can't wait to see him back out here full speed.
Mason Garcia there, speaking as a QB1. You can tell how much he has matured, grown up, and it's kind of funny that there's a lot of folks shocked, and I wouldn't say I'm shocked, but it is kind of surprising to see a guy wait his turn as long as Mason Garcia did this day and age. It is not the norm anymore. It used to be the norm. This used to be the story for every quarterback. You'd have to wait for the veteran. You'd bring in the big-time recruit. Yeah, he'd battle for the job. If he didn't win it, lost it to a veteran, he'd wait his turn and then hand over the keys to the car. And that has since kind of gone out with the dinosaur with all the transfers and everything. But Mason Garcia has waited his opportunity. He talked about it there. Holton Ahlers came back for another year when he didn't have to. And Mason said he took advantage of that. And once again, just took another year of learning behind him. And it's refreshing to hear.
Yeah, I saw somebody use the term yesterday on Twitter. He's basically like a unicorn in this NIL/transfer portal ridden world. And, I mean, and he's had several opportunities to go elsewhere, especially, I mean, there was a lot of times where we thought maybe that he would be getting some opportunities because of maybe some of Holton's struggles or maybe some of his injuries that he could have missed out on and given Mason Garcia, or being up big in football games. A lot of maybe red flags for a guy to transfer, but that's not Mason Garcia's plan. And then now he's getting his opportunity to be QB1 here at East Carolina, and hopefully he makes takes advantage of it.
Yeah, we want to see that pay off. He talked about some of the returning weapons on this team and mentioned by name Jalen Johnson, Josiah Hatfield, Shane Calhoun, and Kerry King. Threw that name in there, which made my ear tingle a bit. So is Kerry King one right now to keep an eye on as a guy who could get a lot of targets in 2023. But Garcia has a good connection being around so long with those guys. And that was good to hear. And again, you think about players leaving all the time. Coaches the same way. If you look at the main NCAA men's college basketball page on ESPN.com, here are the stories right now. Ed Cooley hired to lead Georgetown's new chapter as he leaves Providence. Rick Pitino leaves Iona to become St. John's coach. Tobin Anderson leaving Fairleigh Dickinson, replacing Rick Pitino at Iona. So the coaching carousel has begun. The player portal carousel started last week when the portal opened back up. We saw that hit here at home with Javon Small and with Saxby Sunderland. So I look at it as this is normal now. This is the way it goes. I don't necessarily like it, but if I'm going to continue to be a sports fan and a college basketball fan and a college football fan, then I'm just going to have to deal with it. I'd much rather just talk about the games themselves. That's my favorite part. Doing the Bud Light pregame tailgate, previewing games, talking about the matchups, doing that, rather than the stuff that goes on like this with the conference realignment, coaching changes, players leaving. But it's all part of it. So it is the life I embraced, and I am on board with it for the ride, no matter how wild that ride is, and no matter how many turns and detours it takes from the path I'm trying to get to. But that's just the way it is. Things will never be the same. Although everything is cyclical. Maybe one day it will be cool and popular and trendy to stay at your school. And maybe it won't always be this way. Everything moves in cycles in life.
There's different trends and different fads. So
yeah, let's start a new fad. Guys staying at their school.
Let's make that cool again.
It's cool, man. It's cool to stay.
Like, there's some fashion styles that are coming back.
You know what I heard this weekend, and I never jumped off of it, and here I am again up front. My wife and daughter went to the mall. I hear that cargos are coming back.
Yes.
And guess what? I've been on it the entire time.
Never left.
Call me a trendsetter, if you will. Cargo shorts are back, baby. And who's been here since day one? Poppy likes cargos.
Poppy likey. Poppy like.
Poppy like cargos.
Poppy has them on right now.
Right now, wearing cargo shorts. Why? That's just the shorts I've worn since I was in 5th grade. Why change it? It's always worked for me. I've never understood why you go to something that does hoodie. This is a perfect day. Hoodie and shorts. I get to hide some of my worst features. I get to show off my best features, my calves. I mean, it's just a wonderful day. Got an awesome Pirate Radio hat. Like, this is a perfect day for me. Picture perfect.
You do have some baby cows on you.
Baby cows. I'm mooing down there, man.
Yeah. Got some calves.
I'm mooing up top for one reason, but for another reason, I am mooing down there. My calves are just chewing on grass. You throw one of my calves on the grill.
How do you like your calves?
It's like a
medium well
turkey leg.
You're gonna enjoy your meal if you throw my calf.
You don't even need A1 sauce.
Do you call a singular, like my right? It's still a calf. Calf.
Calf.
A calf.
A calf.
Yeah, one calf. There's no F.
Calf.
Is there a singular F in a calf?
I don't.
Oh, that's hard to say. Calf is a hard word to say.
I don't.
Calf, because you leave out the L.
Calves.
I guess.
Your calves.
Calves, like the Cleveland Cavs or the Virginia Cavs. Say it that way. Anyway, Chandler, what's your best feature?
Probably my calves. Probably my legs.
You
my
joining
calves.
the Cav clan?
I'm in the calf clan.
Shirley, how about you?
I don't know, because my legs are pretty mangled from just years of softball.
That's a nice visual.
Well,
Some
I mean,
mangled legs.
you have seen my legs lately.
Looks like she dipped them in a Shark Tank. And just
I
got,
have broad shoulders.
Could it? My dimples, maybe?
all right. They call her Shirley Dimple.
Because I have dimples in my cheeks, but I also have dimples in my shoulders.
You have nice arms, which show off your tattoos.
Yeah, I do. I would say my arms would be my other choice.
It's
What do you got, Chandler?
Is Dimply delicious?
Dimply delicious?
Dimply delicious.
We'll talk to Mike Mullis coming up in just a little bit.
This mode of questioning, which, by the way, you were talking about nicknames. I have a very unique nickname that I got when I was in my freshman year of high school, and it lasted all through college, and to this day, some people still call me by that name. That is, believe it or not, it's Yo.
Yo.
That's it?
Yo, that's it.
Very simple. I like it.
It's very simple, but what it was is when I was in middle school, one year I went by Shirley, and then the next summer I had to go by my middle name because there were two Shirleys in the same cabin. So to avoid confusion, I went by my middle name. And then when I got to my freshman year at camp, there were some kids there that knew me from my 7th grade year, and then there were some from my 8th grade year, so they were calling me two separate names. And they were both correct, but my counselor got utterly confused in terms of what to call me. So she said, you know what, I'm just going to call you Yo, and you're going to answer me. And it stuck. And as a matter of fact, some camp friends ended up going to college with me, and they did not know my real name until the day I graduated, and they called out my name.
I like a simple, cool nickname like Yo. I like that.
I was called that all through college.
Craig says, I heard someone call cargos purse pants. Okay.
So?
And that made you do a laugh.
And how is that guy doing today?
That made you do a crying laugh emoji, Craig? So when you heard somebody said, hey, look, cargos, purse pants, you just started crying, laughing? Are you insane? Do you need to be institutionalized?
You know who doesn't care about whether or not cargo pants are being called purse pants?
Me.
The guy or whoever it was that invented cargo pants, because they are sitting on a fat pile of cash right about now. They don't care what you call it.
John Cargo.
Because instead of toilet paper, he uses $100 bills.
That's
I'm
right.
sure.
That's
I'm
right.
sure.
All right, big cargo guy. All right, let's take a break. When we return, I'm going to ask Chandler and Shirley a trivia question. Could you guys pull up the Sweet 16 left in college basketball?
Sure.
Just so you have it as a guide, and I will ask you a trivia question regarding that. When we return to wrap up hour number 1 of Pirate Radio Live, that was our Flight by Yingling practice report. The next generation of light beer. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yingling, available wherever beer is sold. We will hear more from the ECU practice fields and player interviews when Bryce Williams joins us in hour number 3. More to go. Pirate Radio Live after this.
The best burgers around. Everyone loves a thick, juicy, and fresh burger. Tiebreakers in Greenville, plus the all-new Tiebreakers in Winterville, do real burgers better than anybody. So don't just go to any burger-themed restaurant chain. It's time to break the chain and eat local. Tiebreakers, real burgers at its best.
Everybody loves burgers.
We know that juicy, cheesy, grilled to perfection burger sounds amazing, but it does sound like something is missing. Pepsi, baby! The yin to this burger's yang. Burgers and Pepsi go together like burgers and Pepsi. This perfect blending of flavors makes every bite of lettuce, every sesame seed on the bun, and every sip of that crisp, refreshing, ice-cold cola a journey to Foodtopia. Burgers, better with Pepsi. That's what I like.
Is that the sound of an ooey gooey cheesy crunchy slice of P-I-Z-Z-A? Obviously, but as good as that sounds, we think it can get even better.
Oh, yeah, that's the sound of a freshly opened fizz-filled Pepsi. The only thing that can take this flavor medley of crunchy dough, mouth-watering cheese, and savory sauce to the next level. How about another bite? Pepsi and pizza sound like a match made in heaven and taste even better. Pizza, better with Pepsi. That's what I like.
Great. It's 30 degrees in here. This is going to be a cold night.
No one's coming out this late.
I'm on firewood.
Dad! I'll put hot coals in our socks for bedtime. Mom!
Hi, I'm from Delcor Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. Got an email about your heat being out?
That was me. I sent it from my phone.
I think your socks are on fire.
Call Delcor today to get a new system installed for less than $100 a month. Offer expires soon. Go to DelcorInc.com. Monthly fee based on new system financing is 9.9% APR for 120 months. Call Delcor for details.
Do you have any real estate questions about buying or selling residential or commercial properties? Are you curious about this current real estate market? Do you need a property manager for all your rental houses? This is proud ECU alum Scott Harris with RE/MAX Preferred Realty and SD Harris Properties, and I would love to help answer every question you have and show you a real estate experience that will be memorable and enjoyable. Every step of the way, I'm here to make your dreams a stress-free reality. Call me today at 347-1857. That's 347-1857. Go Pirates.
Have you ever seen those exotic aquariums like the guys do in Las Vegas on television? You ever thought about having one of these aquariums in your business? It's more affordable than you think. This is Hal Pruitt with rentafishtank.com. We can make having an aquarium in your business turnkey with no work, cleaning, or hassles for you. Rentafishtank.com creates a relaxing atmosphere and keeps children occupied. Rentafishtank.com already services many dental, pediatric, and doctor offices, plus hospitals and senior living centers. Check us out at rentafishtank.com.
If you wake up in the morning with a backache, feeling more tired than you did when you went to bed, you probably need a new mattress. And the best place to get that mattress is Factory Mattress. Hi, I'm Kirk Smith, General Manager. For more than 40 years, Factory Mattress has been Greenville and Wilson's local mattress dealer. We guarantee the lowest price on the area's best selection with over 50 models to choose from. No seconds or overruns. Factory Mattress offers only first quality direct from the manufacturer. Sealy Posturepedic, Beauty Rest, Stearns & Foster, and Tempur-Pedic. The most highly trained sales associates with over 60 years of combined experience. Same as cash financing with zero interest up to 48 months and free local delivery. Face it, to have a good day, you've got to have a good night. So sleep better knowing you saved money at Factory Mattress, locally owned on Greenville Boulevard in Greenville, on Forest Hills Road in Wilson, on the web at factorymattressusa.com, and a proud member of Pirates Supporting Pirates.
This is Coach Steve Shankweiler, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by University PC Care, your local tech support experts for all your personal and business needs. Visit universitypccare.com to learn more today. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Are you in outside sales and looking for an opportunity to increase your earning potential? Well, CopyPro has been in Eastern North Carolina for over 45 years and continues to grow each year, and they are in need of more sales professionals with a desire to potentially make a six-figure income. Do you have what it takes? Visit copypro.net today to submit your resume and to learn more. Now let's head back in to Pirate Radio Live. Here's your host, Clip Brock.
We're talking about nicknames earlier in the show. David on Facebook says, my nickname in high school was Tree. Several of my closest friends still call me Tree. I was 6'6", 315, a running back. On the first day of hitting, he got ran into, and he just stood there, and the running back coach yelled out, "You big damn tree, don't hurt him," so it stuck. He says his younger brother was nicknamed Stump. So they have a family full of tree names.
Cool. Neat story.
Cool. Neat story. Thank you, David, for sharing that private information with the public. We have a man on the inside.
Okay.
It's always good to have a man on the inside. John Gilbert, ECU Athletics Director, has been named to the NCAA Division I Baseball Committee. The committee provides administrative oversight of the Division I Baseball Championship, including the College World Series. His term of service begins September 1st, 2023, continues through August 31st, 2027. So it's good to have a man on the inside. John Gilbert's going to Omaha. Can the baseball team go? We shall see.
but can't hurt, right?
Like, the only thing I know is that we got a man on the inside.
We got a man on the inside.
Good things happen when you have a man on the inside.
That's right. All right. Your trivia question. Do y'all have a Sweet 16 handy just so you can look over some teams?
I got this out of the trash.
All right. You're only going to get 2 guesses, so use them wisely.
All right.
We'll go back and forth on this. 4 schools. Are y'all looking at the men's Sweet 16?
Yes.
All right. That's all you're allowed to look at. 4 schools made the Sweet 16 in both men's and women's basketball this year. Name those 4 schools. You can name one at a time. Shirley, Chandler?
I'll go Miami.
Miami's correct. Shirley, do you have one?
Give me 1 second.
There are 3 left. 4 schools that made the Sweet 16 in both the men's and women's tournaments this year. The U is correct. They upset Indiana in women's last night. Wait, they beat Indiana in men's and women's, now that I think about it.
Yeah, I was getting ready to say, because that's what's showing up here. And Tennessee.
Tennessee is correct. Chandler, 2 left.
I'm going to go. I don't know if they won.
Who you got?
I'm just going to throw out Texas.
Texas lost last night.
Because I thought so. Because
They got smoked by Louisville.
Because I saw that one girl get in that girl's face.
Yeah.
And then the Louisville girl basically pushed her off. It was a big scene.
It was a
But I
Felicia.
didn't know if that was a Sweet 16 game or not. But, yeah, so I'm wrong there.
All right, Shirley, your final guess.
UConn.
I feel like that should have been obvious. That is correct. The other school on the list is UCLA. UCLA, Tennessee, UConn, and the U. The 4 schools to make the men's and women's Sweet 16 this year. Chandler, did you get mad and ball up a bracket and throw it away?
No, this is the Sweet 16.
He dug it out of the trash can.
I know. I saw him
This is
dumpster
the Sweet 16
diving.
bracket that Shirley used to grade our brackets. And it was laying on my desk, and I asked her yesterday, do you need this anymore? And she said no, so I crumbled it up and threw it in the trash. And you said you needed us to get the brackets out for the Sweet 16.
Thank you. Okay, you really explained the entire situation.
And I said, well,
Thank
I
you.
remember
I appreciate you doing
throwing
that.
away that bracket yesterday. So I
Okay.
went and
All
I
right.
dug and
We
I
got
found.
it. Yep.
I thought I found it 1st,
Uh-huh.
and then it was an empty
Well,
bracket.
I
and
think
I
we
threw
got
that
it
back
at this
away,
point.
and then I found this one.
Holy cow.
Thank you for, you know what? That's my fault for asking because you explained it well, the entire story. Now, what are you going to do? Throw it back away? Ball it up again? Can you make that shot in the trash can? I'm going to say no. You going lefty?
Yeah,
Why'd you go lefty?
He aired it. He airballed it.
Tried to hot dog it and airballed it.
I went with a hook earlier today and hit Chandler instead of the trash can.
All right, he just shot right-handed, and it was way worse. Now he's got to climb under the table. All right, let's take a break. When we return, we'll talk some baseball. The East Carolina pitching staff has been phenomenal. We'll talk about that and their lineup and more with Mike Mullis. World Baseball Classic Championship tonight, USA versus Japan. Major League Baseball opening day, just a week and 2 days away. A lot to talk about on the baseball front. We'll do it with Mike Mullis when we return after this.
Do you want to get rid of wrinkles, tighten and lift your skin, smooth your skin texture, erase veins and brown spots, get rid of unwanted hair and under-eye fat pads? Are you interested in Botox or filler? Contact the licensed professionals at Beauty Bar Medispa for a free consultation and ask about our newest technologies and treatments. Learn more at beautybarmedispa.com. Red Banks Road, Greenville. Enjoy your visit, love your transformation, and go Pirates!
All right, it's that time of year again. Let's take a look at what's going on in the Wings Over Greenville brackets.
In the sauce region, we have the top-seeded Honey Barbecue getting the win over Hot Garlic.
In the Wings region, Tenders defeats Traditional in a nail-biter.
In the sandwich region, the Chicken Bacon Ranch Wrap knocks off the Buffalo Chicken Sandwich.
And who will win the greatest rivalry of them all, Ranch versus Blue Cheese? You decide.
Try them out for yourself. Give them a call today at 758-9464 or place your order online at wingsover.com.
Flight by Yingling. It's the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling and Son Incorporated, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
It's time for a March Madness update. It's been a wild ride so far, including just the second ever 16 seed to beat a 1 seed. And just 2 top seeds still alive in the bracket. Both advancing 1 seeds will play on Friday. Alabama and Louisville for South Region action against 5th seeded San Diego State. And Houston and Kansas City for a battle with the Midwest 5 seed, Miami Hurricanes. Hear Westwood One's exclusive coverage of the NCAA tournament right here.
Do you have taxiety? That nervous feeling when you realize it's tax time again, but you don't know how much it could cost you? Don't wait until the last minute to file. Liberty Tax will help you get your maximum refund at our lowest possible price. Our professional services start at just $69. Start your taxes today online at libertytax.com or schedule an in-person appointment with one of our local tax offices. Offer ends April 18th, 2023. Valid at participating locations. Terms and conditions apply. See website or office for details.
This is Talbot Green, and I'm excited to announce our new partnership with Integrity Home Mortgage. Integrity Home Mortgage offers a wide variety of programs ranging from conventional, government, and portfolio loans, plus construction and lot loans. Our Integrity Home Mortgage team of Talbot Green, Braxton Green, and Joanne Weir offer over 50 years of experience and is committed to providing you with superior customer service. To get started, call me, Talbot Green, 714-2076.
Talbot Green, NMLS 120331. For informational purposes only. Integrity Home Mortgage Corporation is an equal housing lender. NMLS 208516.
It's bow time. There's something special about the first bite of a Bojangles Cajun Filet biscuit. Like an edible alarm clock that slaps you awake with bold Cajun flavor. The moment you sink your teeth into that soft, fluffy, made-from-scratch biscuit, then strike gold with a juicy piece of fried chicken, you'll know. Nothing beats the first bite. Except the second first bite. Get a Cajun Filet biscuit combo today at Bojangles. It's bow time.
East Coast Grading and Utilities is your source for clearing, hauling dirt, and concrete work. East Coast Grading and Utilities handles all sewer and water issues as well.
I'm David Vaughn. Whether putting in a new subdivision or helping you with any and all of your drainage problems, I can get the job done. Call me at 531-7494.
No job is too big or too small. East Coast Grading and Utilities. Friends helping friends. 531-7494 for East Coast Grading and Utilities.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 at 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 at 104.1 FM Washington. You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by First Bank. Together with our customers, we're creating a world where individuals and communities thrive. Visit the First Bank location on Arlington Boulevard in Greenville for all your personal and business banking needs. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. From sales to service, Greenville Auto World has all of your vehicle needs covered. You can shop all of their inventory now at greenvilleautoworld.net. If you're also looking for someone to service your vehicle, they have a full service and repair facility. They do brakes, oil changes, tires, inspections, and repair any kind of vehicle. Greenville Auto World, across from Speedway at Bells Fork and online at greenvilleautoworld.net. Thanks to Tim Sutton for his sponsorship of the program. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip.
Back with you, Pirate Radio Live, packed studio here as we kick off hour number 2. The Mully Man. I like when Mully says it might have to be over the phone, and then he gives me a surprise pop-in visit to the studio. Great to see you, Mully.
Well, when I say might, like I just don't know.
Not a guarantee?
Not a guarantee, but here I am.
And here you are, and you brought some guests with you today.
Got some other Mully men.
A couple of boys.
A couple of boys.
In the house.
Yeah,
Who we got here?
Josh and Matt.
Josh and Matt.
2 of my sons. One of them couldn't make it.
I understand it's Josh's birthday. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Yeah. Say that again.
Thank you.
All right. You're welcome.
Yeah. Well done.
What's the on the birthday agenda?
So we're doing a low country bowl. Josh, would you like to share with the people what the birthday plan is?
No, sir.
Okay, it's we're doing a low country bowl from Cubby's. If you haven't tried it, I would highly recommend it.
That was your request?
Yes, sir.
Nice.
And it's kind of a tradition that my boys like. They like tennis shoes. They're sneakerheads. So he's ordering a pair of kicks, as did the other two, and just hang out with fam.
Sneakerheads. What? So that has the potatoes, corn on the cob,
the shrimp and
sausage.
Yeah, hush puppies. The hush puppies are a fan favorite.
You keep talking about the hush puppies.
I love hush puppies.
Dip them in that butter.
Hush puppies. I love them.
The big hush puppy guys in the house.
Big hush puppy guys.
Sir.
All right, good deal. Well, happy birthday. Sounds like it's going to be a good one for you.
Sir, thank you.
All right, Mully, man, where to begin? Start with the World Baseball Classic?
Absolutely. That's a great place to start. So last night, Mexico and Japan, I finally surrendered, went to bed in the 8th, and Japan comes back and walks them off. So it was, I thought it was kind of a foregone conclusion. And I'm going to tell you that the kid that started for Japan is going to be a highly compensated young man. I would try to pronounce his name, but I have no chance. But this dude was like 102 with filthy back end stuff. I mean, he was the real deal. He's kind of cruising through 4 or into the 4th, and gives up a little kind of. They still play the shift. They still play more traditional baseball, or what we're. Maybe what we're more accustomed to. And he beat the shift. The next thing you know, I literally walk out of the room, come back, and it's 3-0 Mexico against a guy who looked like nobody was going to be able to hit him. So tonight, I had lunch with our buddy Brandon Manning today, and Brandon made a great point. He said that this will possibly be the most watched baseball game ever because obviously it involves Japan, and regardless of what baseball has done in the U.S., it still has a very passionate following in Japan. So pretty exciting play tonight at 7. I know you mentioned you hadn't really followed the World Baseball Classic, but that's right down my alley, and it has been a lot of fun. I think one of the funnest games I've seen in a long time was Puerto Rico and the Dominican going at it. So it's been great. There's been mixed reviews kind of on how I've even talked about it some on the air about how the pitching's been handled by the U.S. and a lot of it legislated by the big league teams that own the rights to these guys. But Keith Olbermann came out and had a pretty strong stance about getting rid of it because it's an exhibition. But he cites it as a reason to sell more jerseys and hats and swag, which is kind of ridiculous. I think when you see the fans in attendance at these games, there's some passion behind what's going on, and it's just because the Americans aren't as impassioned as we once were doesn't mean this doesn't have global impact and is not a good thing for the game.
You mentioned the pitching. Did I hear they're going basically with a bullpen game tonight?
Yeah,
the championship.
And frankly, a lot of it has been,
or is that the way it's been the entire time?
Kind of been that way. Yeah, like the big league teams were dictating, hey, we're going to go X. My guy could go X number of pitches or X number of innings. But then he's shut down, and then you got to go. And look, I think it would have been really cool, and still would be cool to see the likes of Max Scherzer pitching in this thing. This, the true, big dogs, if you will, in Major League Baseball. We didn't get a ton of that, but it's been really, really entertaining. And I think if you talk to the players that are participating in this tournament, they will tell you that it does mean something to play for their country.
Yeah.
I think it's been a great event and probably one of the best ones that I can remember.
It's also got to be fun for them to break the cycle. I mean, it's not like they're playing baseball for a living, so it's great. But to play with the best in Major League Baseball, you're having fun. There's probably not a ton of pressure on these guys too. It's got to be back to just fun playing baseball rather than the grind that is playing a 3-game series in June. You know what I mean?
And for a lot of these guys, they didn't play college ball. They didn't get a chance to experience what the players at East Carolina and what they get to experience with having that camaraderie and playing for the win.
They go right to
play for money.
Double A.
They're playing for cash.
And the grind. Yeah.
That's right. It's a job. This is more of a situation where they get to, you said it right, play the game, and it's playing for the tournament. Like, you see guys like Trey Turner, he's just been electric, and you got Mike Trout, and then you had a really special moment where Ken Griffey's on the coaching staff, and you see Ken Griffey jump in the cage and take BP, and all these Major League All-Stars are standing around watching Ken Griffey Jr. hit. He's older than I am now, and he's, he did run a ball out of the park. I was telling somebody today, I saw it, scrolling through social media, and the minute I saw the hat backwards and the hands back in that position, I went, dude, that's Griffey. Now, when he turned,
1992.
yeah, right. And when he turned, he had the belly like the rest of us, and the follow through wasn't quite as long and poetic as it once was, but it was still Ken Griffey Jr. And these dudes are standing around watching him like it was the second coming. So I think there's been a lot of really cool moments. Again, the Latin American countries, it is Japan. It is a maybe a religion, and the Latin American companies, it's absolutely a on fire passion.
Yeah,
and to watch the way those guys play. It is not showing up.
No, it is neat to see, too. I talked about it the other day. I would think Japan is not a ton of the hooting and hollering.
You're not going to get that.
And it kind of shows you that there's maybe no right way or wrong way.
No.
There's different ways to go about enjoying the game, playing the game.
We talked about like going back to East Carolina with the West Coast playing Long Beach State. You had the West Coast style, and then you have the kind of hybrid that Cliff plays. He does, he'll lay a ball down and hit and run and do those things that you think are synonymous with West Coast baseball. But Cliff's still not afraid to let a guy hit a 3-run home run, and I say that kind of tongue-in-cheek. When you see this tournament, you kind of get a flair or a feel for the flair from each country, and it is cool. And then you had a team, who would like not the Ukraine, it was Czechoslovakia maybe won their first game ever.
Are they still a country?
Well, they get a team, so but they I think it was the Czechs got to win this year for the first time. I think it's cool stuff. I really do.
All right, so championship tonight, Fox Sports 1, 7 o'clock.
7 o'clock.
USA and Japan, and this lineup is crazy. And Trey Turner, man, what an unfortunate list of teams he's been on for me personally. Went to state.
It's not going to get any better.
Nationals, Dodgers, Phillies. I've never been able to root for the guy, so I finally can now that he's wearing a USA on his
That's
chest.
right. Do you have the lineup pulled up right there by chance? It is. If you haven't seen it, I'll try to run it back. It's they like Nolan Arenado. They had Mike Trout. They've got obviously Trey Turner. Goldie's playing first base. Mookie Betts is playing left. I think Trout played center.
And I know Mullins hit a home run the other night. Is he even starting?
You had Pete Alonso. Mullins is off the bench. It's just it's. I don't remember who was doing the catching last night, but they
got Real Muto on the roster,
JT Real
along
Muto.
with Kyle Higa, the Yankees catcher.
Yeah, JT Real Muto is going to be the catcher. But no, it's pretty cool. It is an all-star game that means something.
I saw somebody say it harkened them back to when the All-Star game was fun and Pete Rose was running over catchers and things like that. So, good compare. Do you think this is this the best time of the year for it?
I don't know when you do it that's better.
I agree.
If you get them on the back end,
everybody's
you
just
worn out and they're shutting it down, right? So, look, this works in hockey, right? Hockey takes the break when it's the Olympics, whatever. It's the same type deal. It's just we as Americans are so spoiled that we think everything should happen exactly as it happened last year or as it's scripted that it bothers us.
I thought about if you did it mid-season, but the complaints about injuries would be amplified if you do it then. You just can't do it then.
Again,
I think this is the best time.
Right. I'm kind of from the school of thought that if a dude's going to get hurt, he's going to get hurt. Like, regardless of the uniform he's wearing.
And if a guy gets hurt celebrating, you can't blame that on the World Baseball Classic.
No, when that happened, and then you had Altuve gets hit in the hand with a fastball, breaks his thumb. Look, man, that's part of the game.
They're still playing spring training ball.
That's exactly right. And if they got hurt here, do you think they're going to go 162 and not get hurt? It's just, I don't know. I think that's kind of much ado about nothing. And look, these teams, the major league teams, are protected from a contract standpoint. They got insurance, all these guys. To me, the pros greatly outweigh the cons.
Mike Mullis joining us. Big fan. Hey, I'm glad to hear you so excited about a brand of baseball because you're down on the major league game. Yeah. You love the college game.
I do.
But nice to hear that you're on board with this.
Yeah.
All right, good. Molly, how about the Pirate Arms? Dominant starting pitching from ECU lately.
What do you say? If people are listening, and I think most of the listeners are probably avid fans and watching, but if you haven't had a chance to go watch a pitch, it's almost like home run pitching because there's a bunch of strikeouts. And they are big-time strikeouts in big moments. And, again, you're seeing breaking balls as good as you're going to see in college baseball between you Savage and Groves. It's extremely impressive.
How about the lineup that we're seeing right now? Where are these guys? Is Josh Moylan starting to swing a hot bat? So hot that he had 2 hits yesterday that he just threw into left field, and the left fielder made a bad play on it. But things like that happen when you're hitting the ball, right?
One of those is a little questionable, but yeah, put it in play. You got a fighting chance. If you're making a left, going back to the dugout, you got no chance. So. And look, we've talked about it before. Is there anybody on this team that you can cheer for more than Moreland? I mean, he has done so much to try to put himself in this position, and he started off scuffling. I would love to know if we ever find out if there was some magic conversation or what that moment was where it became. He became a little more centered and kind of found himself.
He's talked about it from not really a baseball standpoint, but a mental standpoint.
Off the field, yeah.
And doing those things. And apparently I love his line about realizing that he gets to go out to the field every day and not has to, like it's fun.
And that's a whole thought process that that even business coaches teach, is that it's to get to, not to have to's. That and it's just that change in mentality. If you're both these boys play football, and the day that they realize they get to go to practice and they get to be part of the team, and instead of I have to go to practice today, it's a difference in mentality and a difference in the way you feel about what's in front of you. So kudos to him for it's one thing to say it, Clip, is another thing for practical application.
Yeah, and we're seeing on the field right now with Josh Moylan. We'll talk to him Monday on the Players Lounge. Yesterday, Josh Gross said the players got to have a BP round because they threw a shutout.
Yep.
Every shutout,
pitchers.
You get a pitcher BP. Pitcher BP.
And look, they clamor for that. They beg for that. I mean, it's always been a thing back to my playing days. Pitchers, and look, and as a position player, you're watching these pitchers take BP, and you're like, just come on. And as a coach, you're going, just nobody do anything stupid to get hurt. I mean, let's just get through this. But yeah, good for them. And
Josh Gross said, I said, how many pitches do you get? He said, well,
not many.
Usually 10 to 15, and then or until a guy starts complaining. And I said, so how many pitches did you get? And he said about 30. Like, he was not leaving the box.
Oh, really? Yeah. So I mean, typically, when I've thrown pitchers BP, it's like, all right,
well, you get them out of there.
Let's go. I look, and I'm staying as far away from their hands as
Yeah.
And anyway, just trying to kind of hit the heart of the plate. And as soon as the dude maybe hits the ball out of the park, I'm like, all right, get out of there, next guy. So it's, but it's fun for them.
The Pirates will play in their third, maybe fourth at this point, minor league stadium of the year, and they've still got a couple more coming later on. So they are a traveling road show. They'll take on Campbell coming up tomorrow. We'll talk to Chris Haymeyer, and talked to him earlier today. He said there's projections out there, Mully, and this is just more it doesn't matter what it says this time of year, but for them to see a Bowie's Creek Regional even being discussed, that's a big deal for the folks at Campbell.
Yeah, and they've come so far. Clip, and I'd be interested to hear your take on this. I understand the neutral field stuff, and I understand trying to get get them at the minor league ballparks. But I don't think that's as big a deal as it once was to the players, because let's face it, Campbell's got a really nice facility, and East Carolina obviously has a really nice facility. And then the fact that we as fans can't watch that game tomorrow because there'll be no television broadcast is a little bit of a bummer, because, man, that's got a chance to be a really, really good baseball game. I mean, last time they played, I wouldn't consider that a really good baseball game because there were balls kicked around, a lot of walks, hit by pitches.
It's always the fourth game of the season, maybe a little,
nobody's quite ready. But, Campbell had the kid that's kind of catching the social media world left-hander, I guess, went up 102 the other day. So Campbell's a really quality club. So I wish we had a chance to see that game. Obviously, we could jump in the car and drive to Fayetteville, but I don't know how practical that is for most of us on a Wednesday night.
Pirates got George Mason coming up this weekend, UNCW Tuesday. Then they'll begin conference play. And, Mully, all I hear is about how much this conference has been struggling in the non-conference and just doesn't look like a good AAC. So all these midweek games are going to be crucial for East Carolina if they want to keep that RPI
standpoint. Yeah, I don't know how much the Mason weekend will be helpful in that. They've turned over coaching staff, and obviously a program that's very near and dear to Coach Palumbo is him being an alum there. But I don't know that this is a weekend that's going to be a great test. I think probably looking back, it would have been nice to have had another series or two in there that were a little stiffer. But, you got State coming up. You got, obviously, Wilmington, Campbell tomorrow.
ODU, Charlotte, Carolina, everything midweek's pretty tough.
Yeah, Charlotte, ODU and Charlotte will be, I don't know. That'll be an interesting one. But yeah, last year the conference was not in the best place. And I really expected with the portal, I really expected to see the conference get much better. And kind of going through the portal season, if you will, I was, paying attention to it, and I never really picked up on any big-time guys coming over into the AAC. So, I don't know. But the nice part is, if you can't have RPI because of the conference, but you can still generate wins because of the conference, I'll take the wins.
Yeah, no doubt. And they have dominated this conference past years, putting up 20 win spots. 3 out of the last 4 out of the last 5, so they have certainly dominated it. Mike Mullis joining us. We are a week and 2 days away from opening day of Major League Baseball. I know you're not.
I'm not amped. I mean, I
know you're not.
I'll be excited that
Can
day.
we do a preview? Can we do picks next week or something?
Sure.
They are doing, every team the schedules are equal this year across the board. They're changing that, so you're not. I heard today some folks talking. That's good for the NL East, AL East teams where they're not having to play their division as much. They're playing everybody equally.
Right.
So it could help as far as wins go.
Yeah, I don't think the schedule's the problem. I don't
really like this. I like playing division opponents. I don't like having a 2-game series against the Seattle Mariners. I think it's weird.
I don't know if it's maybe the thought would be, hey, we're going to give the fans a chance to see teams they otherwise typically wouldn't see. I don't know. I don't think that's where the problem is. I will tell you, I've been really impressed, and maybe Major League Baseball can take a page out of the college game from this standpoint. The pace of play in college baseball, and I think I've said this, I don't mean how long it takes to play a game. I mean, the lack of downtime between action has made the game, it truly has been a great improvement.
I agree. The fact that a guy is out and just the amount of time I have to announce the next batter.
Yeah, time to go.
He's already in there.
It's time to go.
And I really, really enjoy that. You've seen Pirates scored 10 runs the other day. The game is still around 3 hours. They went 2:45, I think, on Saturday. It's moving.
I think some of the games to be shipped, too, that you get, and I know it wasn't intended to do this, but this gives favor back to the pitcher a little bit, too, especially, I mentioned him earlier, but you talk about a guy like Max Scherzer who's going to figure out every advantage. I don't know if you and I talked about this, but, the watches that East Carolina wears, they get the pitch from the watch, right? So there's a coach that's got a keypad, and he's calling the pitches like from the dugout, right? Well, Max Scherzer was like, no. Max Scherzer has the keypad on his glove, and everybody else has the watches. So he's calling the pitch, saying, "Hey, here's what I'm going to throw," as opposed to having the pitch called from the dugout.
So his catcher is reading that.
Yeah. So his catcher's shaking his head.
Nodding.
Yeah, he's shaking his head. All right, Max, let it fly. And Max Scherzer's a guy that obviously you trust to throw his own game. He's a future first ballot Hall of Famer. One of the best that the game's ever seen. He's going to find a way to make this work to his advantage, and he's already showing that with getting on the mound set. He's doing things. I mean, it's funny. It used to be frowned upon to quick pitch, like it would be an illegal pitch. Now it's so fringe that it's almost it's a weapon for the pitcher.
Mike Mullis joining us. NCAA tournament going on, which means we're getting very close to Masters time, Mully.
Yeah, it's right around the corner, man.
HV3
fired up,
in it.
Yeah, well, yeah. That's cool.
Something we'll finally get to see him.
It's weird how he got into it, but he's in it. You know, he's in it.
Now, will this be his last time in it?
I don't know, man. If you can figure out how they're doing this stuff, I mean, somebody out there has the algorithm. It's not me.
Yeah. How about the tournament? You've been following it. You are about in the middle of the standings in our bracket pool.
There's just not a whole lot to be real excited about.
It's still real to me, as that fat wrestling fan said. That's me. It's still my favorite days of the year.
You know what I like about it really more than anything? This may sound silly. Like two teams are playing that I don't even, I don't care, but it's on in the living room or whatever we're doing. Just the squeaking of the shoes on the court, like it's.
My wife hates that. I love it.
I love it too. I think it's so March Madness, and then you get the break in, and they go to another game, and you get the same. So I think that's cool. I mean, but I man, this one's, I don't know. I just feel a little detached. There's no ACC feel at all. It's just a weird. It's a weird deal. This weekend may get a little more interesting. We'll kind of
Thursday night's going to be awesome, Mully. You've got UConn, Arkansas, which is going to be a war. After that, UCLA, Gonzaga. That's a great night of basketball.
You know what? Gonzaga is just that team that finds a way every year, and it's part of it is they get old. They've got older guys. So I mean, Again, you're a diehard basketball guy, and I guess this would be the equivalent to me watching World Baseball Classic.
Yeah, I was in hibernation this weekend. I watched every game, Mully.
I have watched this, but I've not. It's certainly not been must-see TV for me.
And I like it because it is about the games and the players, and it's not about you don't talk transfers and coaches leave it. I just enjoy the games. I love the games. I love the upsets. Love it all.
And obviously as a crew, we were kind of on the Jayhawk bandwagon early on, and
saw Dooley on the sideline.
Yeah, he got to move up from the second row, but he would have rather been in the second row and have Bill Self in there. But I don't. We did watch them play a number of times this year, and you knew they were really talented, but were they good enough? As a team, so
I was fired up when the Must Bus, Eric Musselman, ripped his shirt off. You probably didn't enjoy that as much.
I don't get it. I mean, I don't get the whole deal with it and going up, but apparently it's his thing. And I mean, look, if you're going to rip your shirt off after you've had rotator cuff surgery when he was wherever he was before and he's up in the stands, then that's his thing, and he's real to it, and it's. I mean, I guess he's really just kind of just above average dad bod. So I don't know what he's.
Wasn't too much to show off there, but yeah.
No. I mean, he's not doing daily workouts and getting himself in great shape, but. Anyway.
All right. Newton says, why the heck are 2 top 25 teams not on ESPN Plus? That makes no sense.
I would agree, but again, it's what people don't understand is that so much of these broadcasts are controlled by the facility at which the game is being played. And I've said it time and time again, until I had the fortune of being up in the box and calling that Long Beach State game, I didn't realize what went in to the production at East Carolina.
But the week before you did that, you were praising how awesome it looked from the outside.
That's right, because it is. And obviously my friendship with Malcolm Gray, and Malcolm has explained some things to me that as an average consumer I wouldn't have ever maybe understood. But yeah, there's a lot of effort put into it, and I completely agree with whoever just sent that in that this game, this is a big game in the state of North Carolina. I mean, it really is, and it's a big game for both of these fan bases, and it's a shame that probably 1,500 to 2,000 people will be the only ones that get to see it.
Mully, we'll let you get back to your birthday dad duties.
Yeah, man.
Thanks for coming by.
Oh, dude, I appreciate
Happy birthday.
Appreciate
Great job this segment.
Yes, sir.
Good work. Enjoy the Hush Puppies.
Yeah. They're electric, aren't they?
They are. Fired up.
Yeah.
Go. All right. Y'all like doing Radio Row like Super Bowl week? Or y'all traveling to another show?
Next, we got Dan Patrick.
DP. All right, sounds good. Mike Mullis and Mully Boys joining us here inside the Pirate Radio studios. We'll take a break, come back, have more for you. Hour 2. PRL rolls on after this.
Here with Jeff Stein at Brown & Wood. Jeff, what can you do for people looking for a new vehicle in 2023?
We can show the people the #1 selling car in the region, the Buick Encore, the Encore GX, the Envision, and the Buick Enclave. We've also got Cadillac dominating the market with the XT4, XT5, and XT6, and we continue to get new GMC Sierra trucks in daily. Please come see us, 329 Southwest Greenville Boulevard. Brown & Wood, 4 brands, 3 generations, 2 rooftops, and 1 goal to make sure you leave a happy customer.
Come pop a top at Jarvis Street Bottle Shop. Jarvis Street Bottle Shop is a specialty shop selling craft, domestic, and import brews, along with wine and growlers. Hosting a tailgate? Stop by the shop and grab a keg for your party or event. The Bottle Shop offers monthly beer and wine tastings featuring rotating NC craft breweries, along with live music and discounts. Stop by the shop Tuesday through Sunday, or check them out on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook.
UBE UBE and PirateWear.com are proud to offer the Pirate Nation its largest inventory of ECU merchandise and tailgate supplies ever. UBE has the best prices in town, so that makes UBE your one-stop shop for all things ECU. UBE does daily restocks of Champion, Adidas, and Under Armour. Don't forget to bring your young pirates to plunder the Crow's Nest, which is the only kids store dedicated to ECU. Plenty of free parking in Uptown Greenville. Visit them online at PirateWear.com. Go Pirates!
I'm Sam Jones, and for more than 3 generations, my folks have kept the fires burning for Eastern North Carolina Whole Hog Barbecue. At Sam Jones, you'll find our smokehouse pumping out wood-fired meats, cooked fresh every single day. There are no freezers at our place. Everything, and we mean everything, is made fresh daily, including our sides, sweets, and sauces. Stop in and see us, and I bet you'll be able to taste our passion in just one bite. At Sam Jones Barbecue, you'll find plenty of smoke, but no mirrors.
Spring merchandise is arriving daily and we need to make room. Hey Pirate fans, it's Russell with Russell's Clothing in downtown Washington. Rhonda is taking markdowns of 75% on all remaining winter merchandise for men and women. This is our biggest sale of the year, so don't miss out. Outerwear, sportswear, dresses, and tops, all at 75% off. This is your opportunity to view all the new spring goodies and save a bunch on sale merchandise. Shop the biggest sale of the year now going on at Russell's Clothing in downtown Washington.
Go Pirates!
Take control of your health with Arc Point Labs. There are a number of hormones that are important for a male's general health, other than just the common thought of testosterone. The Arc Point Labs Overall Men's Health Panel test for complete blood count, liver and kidney function, cholesterol, thyroid levels, and more. Get a simple blood test today by getting started at arcpointlabs.com or call 629-6228. Arc Point Labs. Accurate, reliable, confidential testing. Visit artpointlabs.com.
Greenville's newest sports bar is officially open. Coco's Sports Bar, located in the old Professor O'Cool's location right off of Greenville Boulevard, has daily specials, including $2.50 aluminum bottles on Tuesdays and $1 wings on Wednesdays. Along with their great food, Coco's has great entertainment for you and the crew to enjoy with karaoke on Thursdays, a live DJ on Fridays, and live music every Saturday night. Check out Coco's Sports Bar on Facebook for the latest information on menu items, drinking lunch specials, and more. Go Pirates!
Before anyone walks into your business, the outside is what they see. Make sure your first impression is a good impression with the right curb appeal. Hi, this is Daniel Andrews from Dan Andrews Lawn Service. We specialize in making your business look great. Let us handle all your professional landscaping needs. We do it all so you don't ever have to worry. Residential services are also available. Call us today at 717-8006 and we'll come out and give you a free quote. Taking care of your landscaping needs is all we do, and we've been doing it for over 20 years. You can trust our reliable team at Dan Andrews Lawn Service, covering all of Eastern North Carolina.
This is Miles Berry, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by First Bank. Together with our customers, we're creating a world where individuals and communities thrive. Visit the First Bank location on Arlington Boulevard in Greenville for all your personal and business banking needs. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Well, keep it local and print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com, the official sportswear provider of Pirate Radio. Now let's head back into Pirate Radio Live. Here's your host, Clip Rock.
Back with you, Pirate Radio Live, on a Tuesday. Mike P says he may be rolling down to the creek tomorrow to catch the game. Does Campbell sell beers?
Nope.
Should we tell him? Or should we not? Let's not.
No.
Mike, go to Bowie's Creek tomorrow and let us know how the game goes.
Let us know how the crowd is. Let us know how the game is too.
I'm gonna say
it's gonna be like a Field of Dreams situation.
I'm gonna say you get good seats. I'm gonna say you can sit wherever you want. That game will be in Fayetteville. Our Chandler Honeycutt will be making an appearance. True?
I will be there.
That's exciting.
Yes, very exciting. I'm glad to go and catch a ECU baseball game on the road and to watch them play in an awesome stadium like Segra Stadium. If you haven't been, it's a beautiful ballpark in downtown Fayetteville. And so it's going to be a great matchup. ECU versus Campbell, 2 top 20 teams in the country going at it. And it's a rematch for the Pirates as they fall earlier in the season in Bowie's Creek to Campbell on a walk-off.
What is Segra, you ask? Do y'all know the answer?
No.
No.
Looks like some sort of internet company.
Oh.
New smart Wi-Fi. That's what I found when I typed it into Google. So there you go. All right. So ECU and Campbell and Mully's right. I mean, these are, I haven't looked at North Carolina or state lately. These are the highest 2 ranked teams in the state of North Carolina, correct?
Gotta be, because I know State's had some bad losses, especially one to Elon at home during a midweek game. Those midweek games can be tricky, but Carolina with some losses too. So I believe it is ECU and Campbell atop some of the North Carolina teams.
For ECU, these midweek games are going to become, I don't know if crucial is the word, but very important. That's where their RPI games are going to come from here the last part of the season, because you've got Campbell midweek versus UNCW, NC State at home on the 4th of April, ODU at home on the 11th, Charlotte at Truist Field on April 19th, State on the road. North Carolina will be the makeup game coming up in early May at Old Dominion, May the 9th. Campbell one final time, May the 16th, and then that is it for the remainder of the midweek schedule. All quality opponents, and then what you get on the weekend, you want to roll through the conference as they've done these last few years, but the conference looks weak, so they need to stack up the wins there and get some important RPI national kind of eyeball wins during the midweek. And right now, if things go the way they have gone, we've got our 3-man rotation on the weekend pitching phenomenal. You've got the last 2 AAC pitchers of the week, Treya Savage and Josh Gross, with Carter Spivey, the AAC pitcher of the year last year, sandwiched in between them. And then midweek, the last 2 weeks, it's been Garrett Saylor, who's going 5+ innings and giving you some good work, keeping you in the game. And looks like that's the recipe right now.
Yeah, and I mean, you look at some of the midweek games that you had just mentioned. You did go on the road and lose to UNCW, but you get a chance to beat them at home in Clark LeClaire Stadium, which I think you have a really good chance of doing. You haven't played State yet this year, but you get them at home. You do get them in Raleigh, but you've seen East Carolina go on the road to Chapel Hill and get a win. You get Carolina at home during a midweek as well, which is a team that you have beat not just at home but on the road as well. And but I think the Pirates have a great opportunity to take advantage of some of these midweek games. I know the Pirates haven't played their best ball in the midweek games, but I think they have a chance to bounce back and get some very good wins and bump up that RPI going forward.
Chad asking, did anyone watch Slam Ball in the late 90s, early 2000s? Well, if you did, it's coming back. What if you didn't? Is it still coming back? It is coming back. Do you know what Slam Ball is?
Was that a video game?
No.
No.
They're
I used to watch it all the time.
Jumping on trampolines, right, Shirley? It's basketball on trampolines.
Oh, and the goals would be really high in the air, right? And they would basically have like dunk contests?
I don't know how high the goals are. I just know they're jumping on trampolines and they're dunking and, playing against each other.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Chad, I got to say I'm not as fired up about you as this returning. I don't think I'll ever watch it live. But if you're happy, I'm happy that you're happy. Whatever makes you happy.
It makes me happy when other people are happy.
Cheryl Crow said, if it makes you happy.
Then why the hell are you so sad?
Exactly.
It makes me happy to see other people get happy.
I agree.
Even though the thing that they're getting happy about doesn't make me that happy.
I watched something weird and then fell asleep and then watched it when I woke up late, and it has stuck with me. It is a show called Swarm on Amazon Prime.
The Greensboro
that's producing a ton of buzz. Pardon the pun.
Yeah,
but
that was good.
Ton of buzz on the internet.
It stayed with me. I'll say that. It is. If you like
it does it. Have you gotten to the part where Macaulay Culkin's brother makes an appearance?
I have.
Oh, okay. And
a definite appearance. Shows a lot of himself.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that was him. They have a lot of like guest stars in there, including Billie Eilish. Is that how you say her name?
Yep, Billie Eilish.
Paris Jackson.
Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson's
daughter.
Yeah.
Yes, better known as Blanket, I think. Was
Oh,
Paris
wow.
Blanket, or was it the?
I don't know.
Was it the son that was called Blanket?
I thought that
one
was
of
the
them.
son.
Blanket
Okay,
was the one that
I
he
might
hung
be.
over the balcony.
Blanket.
That would be the one.
I'm doing now not Family Guy, South Park impressions of Michael Jackson. You're being ignorant. The show is done by Donald Glover, a.k.a. Childish Gambino.
Childish Gambino.
And he has a warped mind. So it is a wild, wild show. I'll just say that. Check it out. I need somebody to talk to about it.
And it's on what platform?
Amazon Prime.
Prime, Poppy.
Poppy like.
Poppy like.
Honest to goodness, I have Amazon Prime, but I have fallen so far behind in terms of shows that I should watch because I spend so little time at home right now. I am I'm still trying to catch up from what do they call it now? It used to be
Gunsmoke?
No, it's the British car show, and the name just slipped my mind.
I know what you're talking about.
With the three guys.
I've never seen it. I know what you're talking about.
Loved it when it was on the BBC, and then I think it's called Grand Auto something. Anyway, it's on Amazon Prime. They moved over there after the BBC basically fired them, and I thoroughly enjoy that show, and I'm trying to catch up on that show, but there are other ones like I got to get this season's Mandalorian under my belt.
Oh yeah, I hadn't watched that yet.
I've got to catch up on Wednesday because I hadn't watched that yet.
I have seen that. It was good.
You told me I had to watch that. Yellow Jackets is coming out with a new season, so I got to catch up with the first season.
That's good.
So I mean, there's so many shows,
I think
and
that
I
comes
just
out
don't
this
have
week.
Yeah,
season 2.
And I haven't caught up with anything. Stranger Things will be coming out next year. I'll be lucky if I catch up by the time that one comes out.
I had to go away from sports last night after my NCAA tournament hibernation that I went into. So I went no sports. I think I'm planning to watch the World Baseball Classic Championship game tonight. And that, I guess, headlines the Buck scoreboard. The Buccaneer Music Hall is your beacon of music in the land of the Pirates and Eastern North Carolina with live music 7 days a week. There is no cover during the week. Ladies, and free every Friday and Saturday before 10 p.m. Plus, come and watch your favorite sports at the Buck, the largest 4K TV in Eastern North Carolina. Visit the BuccaneerMusicHall.com for a complete schedule of live events this week. See and be seen at the Buck, and your scoreboard is brought to you by the Buck. USA versus Japan coming up tonight. I'm just not going to get into the NBA this regular season. I'll jump into it in the playoffs.
Can I give you a couple of updates for spring baseball?
Spring? Oh, you mean spring training?
Yes, that's what I meant.
Like scores?
Yes.
Sure.
Well, because a couple of Pirates were in action today. Connor Norby played for the Orioles. They took on the Red Sox today.
What'd he do?
Norbs went 1 for 1 with a base hit.
I'll take it.
So he is batting .296 for so far in spring training.
Nice.
And Burley ripped a double.
Burley man.
Gets my name.
And they ended the game in a tie against the Nationals.
Tie?
Overall, but he was 1 for 3.
Tie.
So, Burley really in that battle for one of the last remaining spots, whether that he's going to come in as a right fielder or an outfielder, I should say, but he's been playing a lot of right field or the designated hitter. So he is really kind of in the thick of it in terms of trying to remain on that Cardinals roster.
Great to see Norbs getting some at-bats with the big league team. And, of course, Burley has been doing it all spring training as he was on the roster last year until the end of the regular season and trying to make it to start 2023. Once again, Major League Baseball opening day coming up next Thursday with all teams participating. You don't have a wacky game in Japan or 6 teams playing and everybody else not playing until the next day. Every team will be playing next Thursday.
I think that's pretty cool.
I know. That's the way it should be. That is opening day.
That's just the way it is.
That's the way it should be and the way it will be in 2023. All right, let's take a break. We'll come back, wrap up Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. Coming up, Hour 3, Bryce Williams will join us. We'll hear from Jalen Johnson and the guy who brought the wood in 2022, looking to bring it again, Julius Wood. What he had to say on Saturday. We'll have fresh ECU football practice audio coming your way later on today. So stay tuned for that on our social media sites. YouTube, we'll have the videos there. Facebook, Twitter, the Gram, everywhere. And give us a like while you're at it. That'll be your good deed for the day if you haven't done one yet. Giving your friends at Pirate Radio a like, a vote of approval. Take a break, come back, more to go after this.
You know, texting while driving is dangerous. That's not new information. Yet most people admit to doing it anyway. Drivers are 23 times more likely to be involved in a car accident while texting. Know the facts and wait to text. The danger is real and it applies to you. Auto Owners Insurance, the no problem people. Information provided by Virginia Tech Transportation Institute.
This is Jeff Gibson with Town Insurance in Greenville. Call me today at 756-8300. Go Pirates!
To keep your bodies active and engaged in the activities that you love, you need a good stretch. And at Bodies in Balance, that's the mission they follow to give you the best quality of life. The team at Bodies in Balance can create a stretch or massage program that is right for you, featuring aromatherapy, hot stones, hot towels, cupping, percussion, and myofascial work at no extra cost if requested. And don't forget to mention Pirate Radio and get your first massage for $1 per minute and your first stretch free. Call today at 916-4530 and check them out online at bodiesinbalance.com.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is proud ECU graduate and former baseball player Brandon Manning inviting you to join my team at Farm Bureau Insurance. Right now is a good time to review your coverage with a local trusted agent like me. I will make myself available before or after business hours, and my clients always have my cell phone number if they need anything. From home, auto, or life, give me a call today and let's talk about your insurance coverage and about the Pirates. Call 531-1812 and go Pirates!
The Rick House is Eastern North Carolina's premier restaurant and bourbon authority. Jefferson's, Basil Hayden, Woodford Reserve, and a Midwinter Night's Dram are just a few of the incredible bourbon options. The Rick House features the very best steaks and fresh, made-from-scratch pastas. The Rick House can host your corporate event or special parties in the 3,000-square-foot banquet hall. Join the Rick House for Sunday brunch from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. and for the wine tastings on the last Friday of every month. The Rick House.
Before you hit the road this travel season, be sure to get your tires inspected by the tire guys at Greenville Auto World. The Greenville Auto World service team sells all the top brands and economy tires if you need a new set. Need an oil change, state inspection, or AC repair? Greenville Auto World can work on any type of vehicle, and the monthly oil change special is only $29.99. Make an appointment now by calling 364-8730. For award-winning service, trust Greenville Auto World.
At Jimmy John's, we don't make sandwiches. We make the sandwich of sandwiches. We use fresh veggies because we don't hate salads. We just feel bad for them. We make our sandwiches exactly how you want because you're the one who's eating it. And we bake bread all day, every day because stale bread isn't bread. It's croutons. Sandwich history is written by the victors. Good thing we have legible handwriting. Jimmy John's, the sandwich of sandwiches. Order pickup or delivery on the app.
Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Keep it local. Print it local with University Sportswear. UniversitySportswearENC.com is your one-stop shop for all promotional products for your business. With over 1 million items to shop from, UniversitySportswearENC.com offers high-quality products at prices to fit any budget. Visit UniversitySportswearENC.com for contact information and to get shopping. UniversitySportswearENC.com, the official sportswear provider of Pirate Radio.
The icy treat that can't be beat is Sparky Snowballs. From big kids to little kids, Sparky Snowballs has been making smiles happen for over 20 years. If you're not in the mood to chill out with a snowball, Sparky's funnel cakes and fried Oreos are a perfect Sparky-licious treat every time. Are you having an event, party, or fundraiser? Call Sparky's to come on site. Remember to follow Sparky's on Facebook or visit SparkySnowballs.com to see where they'll be next.
This is ECU Assistant Football Coach Roy Tesh, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by First Bank. Together with our customers, we're creating a world where individuals and communities thrive. Visit the First Bank location on Arlington Boulevard in Greenville for all your personal and business banking needs. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. And for the latest breaking news, interesting stories, and awesome contests that can make you a winner, be sure to follow Pirate Radio on our social media on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at PR927FM. You can join the over 61,000 followers today. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip.
All right, Pirate Baseball coming up on a Wednesday against Campbell. Also on Wednesday, a little closer to home, you can see the ECU lacrosse team take on number 18 Duke. Chandler and I got it going on the watch along on Saturday night for ECU women's basketball. LAX. We want everybody in the stands doing that chant during the game. Throw up your L, throw up your A, throw up your X. How about ECU women's lacrosse? 8-1 to start the season. So off to a fantastic start, and could get a huge win coming up against Duke on Wednesday. That'll be at 5 o'clock at Johnson Stadium.
ECU softball also in action tomorrow night. They are going to be down in Wilmington to take on UNC Wilmington. I believe that is a 5 o'clock.
You believe correctly, Shirley.
Yeah.
All you got to do is believe, and you talk it into existence. And for all you Flow Sports watchers out there, that game will be available on Flow Sports. Pirates are ready for conference action this weekend. They'll be on the road at South Florida. East Carolina softball has not had a losing weekend all season. They've been either 500 or better every weekend of the season. They're 20-9, Shane Winkler's team. And are 3-0 on the road. So they will go on the road a lot this week at UNCW at South Florida. And we'll catch up with Coach Winkler soon. They got a road trip to North Carolina next Wednesday before they open up conference play at home against UCF. So starting to begin conference play for softball this weekend, next weekend for ECU baseball, as they'll be on the road at Houston. Chandler and I will be doing some watch-alongs for some ECU road games this year. Excited about that.
Absolutely. I mean, a lot of people love the watch-alongs. Heck, we enjoy coming in here and doing the watch-alongs. So looking forward to getting back in the studio and doing some watch-alongs for ECU baseball. Just thinking about, you said that ECU softball has not lost a weekend series. They've either swept or they've gone 500. So that means they've played at least 4 games in a weekend, and I'm like, that's a lot of softball. And I remembered, do you remember East Carolina just a few years ago was having to play 4-game weekend series in the conference?
Yeah.
Does that not sound just crazy thinking back on that? And the doubleheaders on Friday? They would have to do doubleheaders on Friday. That's just a lot of baseball in 3 days.
Yeah, back to a regular schedule this year and a minor league schedule for ECU this year with all the minor league stadiums they're playing in, as they will be at another one coming up on Wednesday, and we'll have Chandler Honeycutt at that game. So no sports trivia for you on Wednesday night.
No, I am sacrificing sports trivia to go to Segra Stadium in Fayetteville, which is only about 20-25 minutes from where I'm from. So, but going to have some in-game video for you. Maybe I'm expecting a big ECU crowd, as we've seen really all year long on the road for ECU baseball. So I'm going to get some videos of the crowd. Might do some updates during the game as well. And then, of course, we'll have comments for you coming up after ECU and Campbell.
We will be out at A.J. McMurphy's on Wednesday night, 8 o'clock for sports trivia. One of my regulars will be coming up with the questions and hosting this week, Steve Hill, which means I will be participating. So come on out if you would like to beat me or join my team. You can come out and hang out Wednesday night. We'll be watching whatever's on the tube. I guess some NBA, some NHL. Kind of it's a bit of a bummer when you have all that March Madness and then nothing on the schedule for 3 nights, but then again, I needed the break. I needed to come up for air. So last night was a non-sports night. Tonight will be World Baseball Classic. Wednesday night will be sports trivia. And then it's right back to the madness. And you've got two games going on early evening and 2 games going on late night, both Thursday and Friday. And then you'll have the Elite Eight Saturday, Sunday. All of the action can be heard right here on Pirate Radio, your radio home for March Madness, for the Final Four, and the NCAA Championship. Chandler, is your champion still alive?
Champion is still alive. The Zags, Gonzaga, is still in the hunt.
UCLA, a slight favorite over Gonzaga, and I have 3 futures still out there that I put in before the tournament, and 2 of them are facing off on Thursday night. I have both UCLA and Gonzaga, who unfortunately were matched up in the same region. My other future is on Texas, who could face one of those teams to get to the Final Four, or excuse me, to get to the championship game.
Which one do you want to make it? Which one has the biggest payout?
That would be Texas, followed by Gonzaga, and then the smallest payout is UCLA, which I was very confident in until injury struck them, but they could still make it. So, yeah, I think it goes Texas 1, Gonzaga 2, UCLA 3.
Okay.
And my bracket says Texas.
All right.
God bless Texas. So we'll see if that comes to
the odds of Texas
fruition. Yeah.
All right, if they win it all, you have to recite the odds of Texas.
Gladly. I will sing it before every show, or at least one show.
Maybe that whole week after they win it.
The whole week I will recite the odds of Texas. I will become a Longhorns fan. I got to say, I was not disappointed to see their women get blown out last night.
Right.
Not that I held any hard feelings or anything, but like, I don't know. I don't want to see the team that mollywopped us have success.
Right. But if they did, though, and they went on to win the whole thing, you could say, hey, that team beat us.
You could say that, but like, what are you trying to say? East Carolina's the second best team in the country?
No.
I hear you, but I don't know. I'm definitely not a big, and from a financial standpoint, yeah, I want Houston to win. But just because Houston's in the American, from a rooting standpoint, I don't care about Houston. They don't care about us. They're leaving. From a financial standpoint, obviously, yeah, if it helps East Carolina, that'd be great. But I'm not going to actively root for a team in my conference. I definitely don't do it in professional sports. If the NFC East team's in the Super Bowl, I want nothing more than for them to lose 84-0. I mean, I don't care that Philly or Dallas or New York is in my league. If the Philadelphia Phillies make the World Series, which they did, I hope they fall on their face, which they did. I don't care that they're in the NL East with the Braves. I don't get behind the conference pride and all that crap. How about yourself?
Understood. I mean, I'm right there with you.
Some people do. You can disagree with me. It's fine. We live in America. We're in the American.
Well, I was just going to say, I'm going to go back. You're not rooting for – you made it clear. You're not rooting for Texas women. You can't do it anymore because they're out. But you are rooting for Texas men. We've already said –
Yeah, I have a stake in that.
Like, here's the thing. That championship game, and I've planned it out, that championship game is that Monday.
Sure.
If they're in it,
sure,
you have to do the Eyes of Texas.
Sure.
One, that day for good luck that night.
I think that would be good mojo, yeah.
Yes. And then if they win, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, before every show, Eyes of Texas.
And everybody damn well better stop what they're doing, stand up.
And take your hat off.
Put not one, but 2 hands over your heart. And show some respect. Because that song, as we learned during the baseball super regional last year, is right up there with the national anthem, with
and the Lord's Prayer,
your favorite church hymn, Holy, 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 whatever it may be. Eyes of Texas. Let's take a break. We'll come back. Bryce Williams will join us. We'll talk some spring football. We'll ask Bryce if we told him he had what would it be, like a week and 2 days to prepare for Pro Day? Could he get ready to go out there to show off his skills for NFL teams? We'll go Pirate Radio Outdoors. We'll play a little game. We'll have a winner. It is a packed hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. We're back with you after this. All right, it's that time of year again. Let's take a look at what's going on in the Wings Over Greenville brackets.
In the sauce region, we have the top-seeded Honey Barbecue getting the win over Hot Garlic.
In the Wings region, Tenders defeats Traditional in a nail-biter.
In the sandwich region, the Chicken Bacon Ranch Wrap knocks off the Buffalo Chicken Sandwich.
And who will win the greatest rivalry of them all, Ranch versus Blue Cheese? You decide.
Try them out for yourself. Give them a call today at 758-9464 or place your order online at wingsover.com.
The Buccaneer Music Hall is your beacon of music in the land of the Pirates. They're open every day and have live music every night, along with 18 big screen TVs to watch all your favorite sporting events. Tuesday, it's karaoke with DJ Captain Morgan. Wednesdays, it's line dancing. Thursday night is the dance party with DJ Kid Scene. And live music every Friday and Saturday night with the best bands on the East Coast. Follow the Buck on Instagram for more information on scheduled events. And we'll see you at the Buck.
Hey O's fans, don't miss out on any of this year's Orioles action by locking in a 2023 Birdland membership. Buy now and receive an exclusive members-only Adley Rutschman Celebration bobblehead with the purchase of any membership plan. Choose from a variety of membership options, including the all-new Flex membership, giving you the ultimate flexibility to pick the games and seats you want when you want. Catch all of the fun at Oriole Park. Buy your membership today at Orioles.com/membership.
Bud Light was brewed to be delicious and easy to drink beer, even when little things in life are hard, like when the game is going into overtime, but you have even more time to enjoy it in a fresh Bud Light. Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Pick up Bud Light at your local retailer today. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Chico's in downtown Greenville is celebrating 40 years of business all month long in March with a special anniversary menu. Grab your amigos and enjoy blasts from the past menu favorites like Cancun oysters, chili dog, costillas, and chili rellenos. The celebration doesn't stop with your favorite Mexican food. Drop in for one of those famous Chico's margaritas in the bar or outside on the patio. Hurry in, the celebration menu ends March 31st. Chico's, where the fiesta never ends.
Do you want to get rid of wrinkles, tighten and lift your skin, smooth your skin texture, erase veins and brown spots, get rid of unwanted hair and under-eye fat pads? Are you interested in Botox or filler? Contact the licensed professionals at Beauty Bar MediSpa for a free consultation and ask about our newest technologies and treatments. Learn more at beautybarmedispa.com. Red Banks Road, Greenville. Enjoy your visit, love your transformation, and go Pirates!
Greetings, friends of Eastern North Carolina. If you're looking for a great place to work with competitive pay and a multitude of advancement opportunities, Pitt County Schools is hiring. We employ over 3,500 people, and we're one of the largest employers in Pitt County. We are currently seeking teachers, bus drivers, school nutrition personnel, facility staff, custodians, clerical staff, and more. We offer advanced leadership opportunities for our educators and competitive pay for our skilled labor force. If you want to be part of a thriving school system that focuses on educating students, growing our employees, and promoting positive mental and physical health initiatives, we encourage you to become a part of our Pitt County Schools family to help ensure success for the future of Eastern North Carolina. To fill out an application, visit our website today at pittschools.org. That's pittschools.org. And remember, education is truly a team effort. Pitt County Schools. Live and lead.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Hey, Pirate Nation, Integrity Home Mortgage is here. If you're looking to purchase a home, Contact Talbot Green, Braxton Green, and Joanne Weir today. The Integrity Home Mortgage team offers over 50 years of experience and is committed to providing you with the superior customer service you deserve before, during, and after your real estate transaction. To get started, contact Talbot Green, Braxton Green, or Joanne Weir. Integrity Home Mortgage, Pirates supporting Pirates. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip.
Back with you on Pirate Radio Live. We got CBS Sports HQ going, and Bryce says that Gary Parrish looks like Troy D. Dude. Bald guy. Other than bald, what is he? Anyway, let's welcome. What do you think, Shirley? Do you see any Troy D there?
There's got to be a little Troy D. Just maybe a little. That guy's got a little thicker face, maybe.
Shirley, let's officially welcome Bryce into the show.
I saw the light. I was baptized by the fire in your touch and the flame in your eyes. I'm born to love again. I'm a brand new man.
The other night on the watch along, we were watching Sania Johnson from ECU, and I said, Sania, I love you. And somebody called me and Chandler broke and dumb instead of Brooks and Dunn.
Jeez.
Thought it was pretty good.
I liked it.
Bryce, before we get going today, are there any complaints you would like to make? Because we strive ourselves on, if there is a problem, is an issue, we like to immediately solve that issue. So
that's funny you asked me that today, because we're out of water.
Oh, you would like a water and we don't have any.
Yeah, that's the only complaint.
If only we could rectify that situation real quick.
Water.
If I could just like
I wish. I don't have to go to the truck and get my thing. Hey!
There you are, sir.
I have zero complaints.
We were down to one. And I'll say this about Chandler, stand-up guy. He was really thirsty all afternoon.
Yeah.
And he said, you know what? I'm holding this for Slim 80 Bryce Williams.
Man, Chandler, I really appreciate that.
And then
I was like,
you sacrificed.
I was like, a water would be great right now, a little afternoon hydration.
Yeah.
Dang.
And I went and I looked and I said, oh my gosh. Like I could tell it was down to the slim pickings in the case. So I looked, there's one left. And I said, man, I'm lucky. This is the last one. And I waited. I said, hold on, it's Tuesday. Bryce Williams is coming into town. He's going to be in the studio today.
First thing he does.
Man.
And I put it right down. I put it down. I said, that is for Bryce.
And then I said, should we hide it and make a big deal about it? And Chandler said, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
I really appreciate that, Chandler. That says a lot.
And you appreciate it more now that we did that whole dog and pony show.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, you thought you were going to be without.
Yeah.
And then we give it to you, and
I am with.
Keeps you coming back for more.
Man, I tell you what. Zero complaints over here.
Bryce Williams joining us, Mr. Ivy League himself.
Yes.
He correctly said Princeton would beat Arizona, which is a massive 2-15 upset. Of course, that was upstaged by Fairleigh Dickinson, becoming the second 16 seed to ever win over a 1 seed in the tournament. But Bryce, we did look at your brackets, and as your advocate, I identified where you had the play-in game winner, which you wrote as Mississippi State. It was actually Pittsburgh who beat Mississippi State, winning their first round game. So I went to war for you. I went to bat, and I got you an extra point, which moves you into tied for 6th with Chandler with 34 points.
Heck yeah. I'll take it. I appreciate that clip. You know, that says a lot. I mean, you have a tough person to fight against over there, and Shirley Rhodes asking for.
She rules with an iron fist.
Yes, she does. And
I can't believe she even counted Wes's points because he didn't put his name on the bracket.
Whoa!
I guess Shirley, she's known Wes a long time. She decided to give him the benefit of the doubt.
But also because the games had not quite started yet, he had put his bracket up, but we happened to notice that there was no name on it, and so before the game started, I I sent out a text asking who this was. Wes said it was mine. I said, okay, I'll allow it.
Shirley is
I'm tough, but I'm fair.
She's easing up as she gets up.
For a man who remembers what he remembers when he was 6 months. Could remember it
was
right
like
as
6
day.
months old.
Wes told us his first memory is from when he was like 4 months old, 6 months old.
Oh, yeah.
True story.
When did he say that?
When you're gone, Shirley, we have fascinating conversations.
I'm
with
not
Wes.
saying his story. I said true story, but not because his story's true, but the fact that he told that story is true.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
He did say, I remember when I was 4 months old. We were
I
like,
don't remember when I was 4 months old.
Yeah. Well, Wes does because he has a beautiful mind. All right, Bryce, what you been up to, man?
Man, not a whole lot. Celebrated Anna's birthday on Sunday. Had two buddies' birthdays on Saturday. So just celebrations.
That's awesome.
All celebrations.
Did Anna request any type of birthday meal? We talked about birthday meals earlier in the show. A low country boil was on the menu.
That's a pretty top-notch meal for sure. Her meal was, we had fish and shrimp tacos with roasted street corn and mango salsa, broccoli casserole.
Y'all make that?
Mary, my mother-in-law, made all this.
Man, that sounds good.
She does a great job when it comes to cooking and many other things. But yeah, so we had a great meal, and then this strawberry shortcake cake. So it was
Love strawberry shortcake.
Yeah, so it was very good. So yeah, I've been busy celebrating this week.
Wombat Billy checking in. Wombat Billy checking in. He says, roll wave, Tulane, kings of the AAC. Which brings up a question. Who is there currently a king of the AAC?
Is there out or something?
Because I'm thinking about all sports combined. Who is the king of the American right now? Houston has great basketball, up and down, but usually up-ish football. And, I mean, East Carolina is the only king in baseball.
Yeah.
Who's going to be the king when Houston, Cincinnati, and UCF leave? Tulane is way down in baseball. I'm going to say Tulane underachieved in basketball. I thought they'd be better with Ron Hunter this year. And, of course, they had the magical football season. So you got to give them that. Leftovers. Memphis, they are in football. Good, not great in basketball, but will be at the upper echelon. And not very good in baseball, right? I mean, I guess nobody's really that good in baseball. You got to think about the newcomers, though, which, Bryce, are you aware that this Florida Atlantic team that's in the Sweet 16, they are one of the youngest teams, if not the youngest team in the NCAA tournament. They will be in our conference next year, FAU.
I was aware of that one.
They're bringing some really good basketball. UTSA is bringing really good football. I think they finished top 25 last year.
Oh, wow.
North Texas, good in hoops. Respectable, I guess, in football. And I don't know much about these baseball teams that those teams have. So is there I don't know if there is a king of the American across all sports. Football, I'm interested to see if Tulane can sustain what they did last year. The good news is for them, Willie Fritz is there, so they're keeping their coach. That's a great sign for them. How many players are back for next year? How many players hit the portal? How many graduated? And just, I don't know, can you find that lightning in a bottle for 2 straight seasons? I say no, but we'll see, because we've seen teams have those one-off great seasons and then kind of
UCF was one of them, right?
find their way back to the pack. So, I don't know. It's got to be tough to, if let's say ECU has that season, all off season, we're like, yeah, we're going to do it again, but it's tough to do.
Yeah, most definitely the whole lightning in a bottle. Because it was UCF, which is kind of flip-flop, but when we played them one year, they were 0-12 or 1-11, and then then the next year they went undefeated or something like that in football.
Yeah.
Am I right on that?
They went from winless. Were you playing then? To like you said, to running the table and being great. That was the end of the George O'Leary era down there in Orlando. And, we've seen Cincinnati have back-to-back magical seasons. And we're talking undefeated seasons at this point, not just good 10, 9-win seasons. So I don't know. Tulane, also you got to figure they're going to have that target on the back.
Yeah,
which is another factor.
I would think, I'm kind of with you on that. I don't really foresee Tulane doing what they did again this year. But, I mean, of course, you never know. I'd like for us to step up and do that.
That would be
this year.
That would be remarkable.
Pretty awesome. But, yeah, that'd be hard to, bounce back that strong, back to back. And then, that's talking about like Alabama, Georgia. Those teams obviously have done it multiple times, but as far as Tulane, because they're a rival, I'm going to say no.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what they look like, and let's look at their 2023 football schedule for the Green Wave and see who they have. I believe they have another date with Ole Miss. They have South Alabama, USA. They play Ole Miss at home. They have a revenge game against Southern Miss. Southern Miss beat them last year. They'll be on the road at the Rock, and then they'll take on Nicholls State, who's an FCS team, I believe. Their conference schedule is UAB at home, at Memphis, North Texas at home, at Rice, at ECU, Tulsa at home, at FAU, and then what could be a de facto championship game before the championship game, UTSA at home, the final regular season. So the non-conference isn't crazy. I mean, that Ole Miss game you're going to highlight, and then at Southern Miss. Southern Miss kind of got them surprisingly last year. They'll have a revenge on the minds when they take on Southern Miss. Bryce, you got here after the ECU Southern Miss rivalry, correct? Or did you see them?
I don't think I want to say I was like here that my first year I was here, and maybe we traveled there. I think
final days of Conference USA.
Because that was with Conference USA my first year. I feel like I played.
Well, year are we talking? 2012?
2012 is when I got here.
All right.
12, 13, 14, and 15. Yeah.
2012 ECU football schedule. I hate when it gives me TCU.
Yeah, we said ECU.
That's not what I meant.
Well, maybe you should put Eastern Carolina. That's what everybody seems to want to call us.
And now it won't give me anything.
Goodness gracious.
All right, let me do it this way.
Pulling teeth.
Let me do the old-fashioned way. Did Bryce play against Southern Miss?
I feel like I did.
That was a fun rivalry growing up for me when we were not in a league together and in a league together. At Southern Miss, you guys won 24-14.
Yep. So that was my first year, so I did not travel to that game. So
I love looking at old box scores. Let's see who did the thing.
Shane.
All right, so this was after Rio Johnson started the season, got pulled, and Shane came in. A very pedestrian for Shane Carden. This is early days Shane Carden.
His first Shane Carden, right?
So, let's see. First start.
Goodness gracious.
Because Rio started at App State. Rio started at South Carolina. Shane came in that game. And this will be Shane Carden's first career start at Southern Miss. And he goes 13 of 27, 171 yards and a touchdown. All right, looking at the running backs that day, Coop had 51 rushing yards. Michael Dobson and Reggie Bullock also running the ball along with Shane Carden. Your receivers, Shane was throwing
already started.
Already got the Cardi party going.
Yeah.
Justin Hardy, 5 for 92 and a touchdown. So this is sophomore Hardy.
Yeah.
Yeah. 592 touchdown. Bodie, 3 for 45. Derek Harris, brother of Dwayne, 2 for 16. Lance Ray, 2 for 16. And Danny Webster, 1 for 6. No tight ends involved. Bryce and the tight end room were sour after that game.
I know.
Come on, Coach. Give me the rock. So there you go. One game against Southern Miss. And I don't know, Bryce, I'll throw this out to you as a former player and somebody who has been an ECU football observer for a while. What team would you like to see back on the non-conference schedule? Or back or on for the first time? And obviously, Alabama, Georgia, that'd be great.
Oh,
but
I'm, of course, thinking more ACC stuff.
Okay.
I mean, I've played State, Carolina, Virginia
Hokies.
Tech. But I think it'd be fun to have some type of North Carolina game, Duke, Wake Forest, something like that. To me, would be A cool non-conference. Just
I like Wake coming back on the schedule in a few years.
Yeah.
They'll be back.
So those are probably one of the teams I'd like. And then, of course, I'd love to play, an SEC team again. 'Cause I don't think I did play one my senior year.
Florida?
Mm-hmm. So probably more so an in-state, in-state game.
All right, let's pick a home and home SEC game. Who you got, Bryce? What team?
And home and home?
Yep.
Oh, gosh. Probably would I'd like...
Because there's so many awesome options.
Yeah. Gosh, probably for us, like just ECU in general, probably like either Florida or South Carolina. I'd love to get another shot at, just to. And Kentucky. We're just speaking Liberty Bowl stuff.
So you're okay. You're thinking revenge, yeah.
Yeah, revenge games.
Arkansas, you can throw in there too.
Arkansas, Kentucky, Florida, and South Carolina. One of those would be great, just to say, all right, I can stop chanting SEC, because I remember them chanting that when we lost to. When I went to the Liberty Bowl, we played Kentucky. I think the first.
You went to the game?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think it was whatever game. I think it was Kentucky we played, and got the whole way back. Of course, I was young, and they're all chanting SEC, and Dad was getting so mad. And so yeah, I've literally had a sour taste in my mouth with SEC teams, or at least those for sure, or of the SEC since then, because. Came close to beating them, didn't beat them, and it's just.
What receiver was on that Kentucky team, Bryce? That was a great receiver. I don't think he played in that game because of injury.
He was on Kentucky's team?
Yep. He's buddies with Aaron Rodgers, and he's still trying to play.
Oh, was it? I want to say it was. Dadgummit.
Corn on the cob, Randall Cobb.
Yeah, Cobb. I just heard it on some Instagram video. Cobb.
Yep, he was.
He was on that.
Yeah,
team?
he was on the Liberty Bowl team. I don't think he played in the game, but he was on the team. So it tells you kind of.
8.
Yep.
Man, that was. Yeah, I was.
I think that was 8. Arkansas was 9, if I'm not mistaken.
Wow.
All right. I'm gonna go Purple Gold Bowl. Give me the Bayou Bengals of LSU. For the home and home. Chandler, what SEC team do you want a home and home with? John Gilbert just handed you the keys to the car. Make the schedule right now.
LSU.
All right, name one that I didn't just name.
He just.
Let's do.
So gold. So the team's got to be purple and gold. What are the other purple and gold?
We've played Ole Miss before. Mississippi State.
When did we play Ole Miss?
We played Ole Miss at Ole Miss. They came here one time for.
Dang, what year was that?
Football.
Oh, he's thinking baseball.
What are you talking about?
Baseball.
What are you doing?
We went from Liberty Bowl to baseball.
We played Ole Miss in basketball here at home.
What about let's look? We've played Texas in baseball, Texas in women's basketball. Why not we play them in football?
Are you counting them as SEC now?
Yes.
But you didn't do that on purpose, did you?
No, I did.
Oh, okay. All right.
They're about like for future reference.
Are they
right?
SEC?
They're gonna be. Yeah. Soon.
Texas would be a cool home game. I like I said, I love playing, the Power 5 teams. My goodness, I just like it.
Kenny says.
Little underdog.
What about Tennessee?
Yeah, there's a lot of teams, Chandler. You pick the one you want.
Anyone. The schedule is your oyster.
Yeah.
We played Tennessee in the past.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with the current SEC team, Tennessee.
All right.
Okay.
Kenny's thought Randall Cobb might have returned a kickoff for a touchdown in that game. That was David Jones, 99-yard kickoff return. Wow, ECU's up 16-3 going into the locker room in that game. Young Bryce Williams was hooting and hollering, saying, SEC ain't nothing.
They ain't got nothing on us.
SE who? ain't nothing. And then
that's the kneecap game.
I'm a fry up the Wildcat.
The guy recovered the fumble and returned it for a touchdown, and they looked back at it, and when he recovered the football, his knee was down. They didn't call it.
Man, this is all coming back to me. It was a nightmare.
Then he stiff-armed the mess out of Patrick Pinckney.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yep. All this is coming back to me.
Patrick Pinckney had some rough fumbles late in games. Although, was that a Pinckney fumble?
NC State.
Was the Kentucky. Was that a running back or Pinckney?
That
was a running back.
I think that was a running back fumble.
But just tough late game fumbles in those situations.
His knee was clearly down too.
Knee was down.
That would have been would that have been a game changer there, Chandler?
That was a game-winning touchdown with about 3 minutes left.
That touchdown.
So it was
gave him the win.
All right, Scott says, what Big Ten team will you do a home and home with? And he wants us to say Maryland, but don't say Maryland. But you can say Maryland if you want.
Big Ten.
Maryland would not be a bad choice just from a regional aspect. And we need revenge on them from the dang Military Bowl.
That's right.
Big Ten, who do y'all got?
Big Ten, let me see.
Wisconsin.
I was thinking Wisconsin would be pretty cool.
Luke Fickell, back in Daddy Ficklen's stadium.
Let's see. Big Ten, you got Michigan. We're going there. You got Sparty, Purdue.
USC?
Illinois.
Michigan State.
We play. Wait, Big Ten? Yeah, USC and
USC
UCLA
is
are going. Give me UCLA.
Goodness gracious.
Give me the Trojans, actually. Give me USC. Everything is just wacky in sport. I'm telling you,
sense.
I just like watching the games, folks. But we're here to talk about it all. But everything is just stupid when it comes to.
I like the whole traditional style regional conferences. Just what makes sense. But
Scott said Penn State. That would actually be cool to go to Happy Valley and to get him here.
Soon FAU's going to join the Mountain West. I don't know.
That's when everything. Kenny said the fumble in that game, that Liberty Bowl, was by running back 33, which I believe would be Norman Whitley. He wore 33 back then.
Norman Whitley.
So there you go. All right, and I thought about that, Kenny. He says we owe a beat down to Illinois for the Peach Bowl year. Illinois beat ECU twice in that time frame, right? One Liberty Bowl and one Peach Bowl year, because they had Kevin Hardy and Simeon Rice in the bowl game, I want to say. Two dominant defenders. Let's take a break. We'll come back. More to go with Bryce Williams. We'll go Pirate Radio Outdoors. We'll make you a winner. And we got some football audio to hit. All that when we return after this.
Greenville's first ever Texas Fusion restaurant is now open for lunch. That's right, the Sidebar, located right beside the Dickinson Avenue Public House, now offers lunch Tuesday through Friday from 11:30 to 2:30. Come take a break from work and enjoy the tastiest food items around. Whether it's the honey chipotle chicken sandwich, smoked brisket tacos, chicken tortilla soup, chicken tinga nachos, or keep it simple with chips and salsa. To keep up with our ever-changing menu, food and drink specials, and more, follow the Sidebar on Facebook or on Instagram at sidebar.greenville. Wally's 2 Kettle Corn in Winterville is where you can find the tastiest popcorn around. Make it a movie night at home with Wally's 2 Kettle Corn. They have over 50 flavors to choose from, including classics like cheddar, caramel, and my favorite, better butter. Or try their specialty flavors such as Chicago Style, Wintergreen Mix, and MJ's Cheesecake. Wally's 2 also caters, so if you're hosting a party or event, satisfy your company with delicious popcorn. Check them out on Facebook or stop by and see Wally today on Fire Tower Road across from Sam Jones Barbecue. Wally's 2 Kettle Corn. Make it a poppin' day.
For years, Callie Ann Phelps has been singing about Phelps Chevrolet.
Phelps Chevrolet is the one for you. Low prices, service too. See the big dealer right away. Carolina's finest, Phelps Chevrolet.
And you'll agree with what Skylar Phelps has to say.
Nobody beats Phelps Chevrolet's prices. Nobody.
The name you can depend on. Phelps Chevrolet.
Get you one.
Have you ever seen those exotic aquariums like the guys do in Las Vegas on television? You ever thought about having one of these aquariums in your business? It's more affordable than you think. This is Hal Pruitt with rentafishtank.com. We can make having an aquarium in your business turnkey with no work, cleaning, or hassles for you. Rentafishtank.com creates a relaxing atmosphere and keeps children occupied. Rentafishtank.com already services many dental, pediatric, and doctor offices, plus hospitals and senior living centers. Check us out at rentafishtank.com.
We know that juicy, cheesy, grilled to perfection burger sounds amazing, but it does sound like something is missing. Pepsi, baby! The yin to this burger's yang. Burgers and Pepsi go together like burgers and Pepsi. This perfect blending of flavors makes every bite of lettuce, every sesame seed on the bun, and every sip of that crisp, refreshing, ice-cold cola a journey to Foodtopia. Burgers, better with Pepsi. That's what I like.
Is that the sound of an ooey gooey cheesy crunchy slice of P-I-Z-Z-A? Obviously, but as good as that sounds, we think it can get even better. Oh yeah, that's the sound of a freshly opened fizz-filled Pepsi. The only thing that can take this flavor medley of crunchy dough, mouth-watering cheese, and savory sauce to the next level. How about another bite? Pepsi and pizza sound like a match made in heaven and taste even better. Pizza, better with Pepsi. That's what I like.
At US Cellular, you can get one line for just $29.99 with unlimited data, which is good news for you, friendly hermit who shuns society and lives in a cabin all by himself.
Wow, thanks. You know, you'd be surprised how much data a hermit goes through.
Actually, I'm not that surprised at all. US Cellular, built for us. Terms apply. Visit uscellular.com for details.
This is Brandon Tate, owner and operator of Atlantic Wireless, an authorized agent for US Cellular since 1997. Visit atlanticwireless.com to find the store near you. We go beyond the call.
The convenience of Pitt Greenville Airport is waiting just outside your front door. Service is back, so you're connected to destinations worldwide through flights from American Airlines. Plan your next trip. Book your flights today at flypgv.com or aa.com.
Avoid the long check-in lines and congestion at the big airports and fly local at PGV. Fast, convenient, and close to home, PGV has American airline flights perfect for your next trip. Book today at aa.com. PGV, where the Pirates fly.
This is Tim Doust, ECU Football Special Teams Coordinator, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Quality Equipment is your full-service John Deere dealer with 28 locations to serve you. Quality Equipment is open in Winterville next to Sam's Club, or visit qualityequip.com to find the location near you. Now let's head back in to PRL. Here's Clip.
Back with you, Pirate Radio Live here on a Tuesday. Bryce Williams joining us here. Hour 3 of the show. We got some audio to get to. Shirley, do we have Jalen Johnson that we can hear from?
Yes, we do.
We heard from Mike Houston yesterday, Mason Garcia earlier in our show. Jalen Johnson is the most, I guess, reliable receiver returning at this point. You can throw him up there with Josiah Hatfield, and if we branch out to the tight ends, you could throw in Shane Calhoun. We did our Bryce Williams confidence ratings last week.
Oh.
We need to do defense at some point. Maybe we'll do that next week. Our spring confidence ratings, to which I think Bryce is, I think it averaged out to be like a 7.3 across the board or something.
Something like that.
It's pretty good.
7 something.
But the receivers, a lot of question marks. Jalen Johnson's going to have to be, if not the man, one of the men here catching balls from Mason Garcia. Let's hear what Jalen Johnson had to say Saturday after practice.
1 week in spring camp, how do you think it's gone thus far?
I think it's been good, you know. A lot of guys get an opportunity this year to prove themselves. So I feel like we got a lot of energy, a lot of juice, a lot of guys just ready to get better, stacking days.
You kind of been moved into the slot, so what's that transition been like? I think you maybe played it at Georgia some, but what's it been like?
It's been smooth, like you said. Like that was my natural position at Georgia. Last season was my first season playing outside as a full outside receiver. So moving back into the slot, it was easy. It's natural. It's a lot more room. Just a lot of more like savviness, and a lot of times I get to show like my route running ability.
What's it like to go out there and compete against some new faces on defense in the secondary?
It's good. Like, I got a lot of competition last year with the guys. Shout out to guys from the last year's squad, but this year is like a new team, a new energy. It's always different. You know, the first week you kind of gotta like get used to going against new people that you probably didn't go against last season. So it's just good, new competition. We're all having fun, getting better.
What's the chatter like out there?
Oh, I mean, it's crazy. It gets crazy at times. Like my dog Jew, like me and Jew go at it a lot. Love competing with him. A lot of the DBs, like we got a lot of bets, push-up bets after practice, all types of stuff, just about who won today and all that.
It's all about competing.
Yes, sir, always.
What is the wide receiver room like right now? Is it a little different in there?
Oh yeah, it's different just because we lost some big faces, some familiar faces, as always. But you know, it's the next man up mentality. We're all just in it together. We spend a lot of days in the off season, about 4 days a week throwing with Mason, trying to get that chemistry down. So we're excited to show what we can do this year.
How different is it catching, the ball from a right-handed quarterback versus holding the lefty? Like, is that a difference?
Oh yeah. I mean, when you play with a right-handed quarterback your whole life, and then you go to Holt, who's left-handed, it's kind of hard at first, but you get used to it. But it's just back to right is like what we're used to our whole life, so it's kind of natural.
Chemistry coming along pretty good.
Yeah.
He's been in the program, but has it been good early in practice?
Yeah, it's been good. I think we've taken a lot of steps forward. We watch a lot of film after practice on off days, so we're really trying to be connected, because if you're connected off the field, you're going to be connected on the field.
All right, Jalen Johnson there, and Bryce, I was thinking about this. I don't know if C.J. Johnson and Isaiah Winstead were maybe the most vocal guys in the locker room. Just knowing Isaiah off the field, he's not a vocal guy at all. But did his talking, his leadership, all that with his play on the field. I mean, what's it like for Jalen Johnson, Josiah Hatfield, to now be in that room kind of as the leaders? It's a different how about when a lot of weapons around you, including Shane and some guys Hardy left, you're kind of there like, all right, I got to be one of the voices now. So what's that like for these guys?
Yeah, man, you definitely can be a leader in two different aspects, be vocal and through your performance, or quiet and still lead through your performance. And of course I was more so the just sort of led by action, I guess you could say, rather than more being boisterous with words and everything like that, getting people hyped up. I think mainly a lot of the defensive guys took over on that. I remember Zeke being one of the big guys who would of course be the talker and the hype up to the team and stuff. And so I just sort of hung out, and that's just was what I did. So for these young guys to be put in that leadership role, obviously what comes natural to them, whether it's speaking to the team or just making big plays, and obviously showing good work ethic. Either way, I'm sure they'll do a great job.
What are the most important things in spring ball for East Carolina this specific year? I mean, it's got to be about Mason Garcia just being able to dominate that playbook and run the team. Is that number one, Bryce? And what else, in your opinion, are the objectives right now for Mike Houston and this team when it comes to spring?
Definitely, obviously, you got a new captain, manning the ship. So, as in Mason Garcia. So definitely, it should be, full confidence. Several opportunities. These guys have nothing to worry about. Of course, you have your scrimmages, but it's literally all football. You don't have to worry about studying, watching film for games. This is just honing your craft. And biggest thing for sure is just getting that chemistry with Mason Garcia, and the offense, and every aspect from O-line to the receivers, running backs, and just really focus on that. And that way, when training camp comes, it's just, all right, let's just get our plays down and be 100%, make sure we're getting all our assignments right. So all spring ball needs to be is just be loose, confident, and just continue to work on your craft. And definitely just chemistry is big for sure.
How much during spring are you doing 2-minute drill and situation? Is that more like when you get into fall, or are you treating it like in-season practice?
I think just trying to think back, definitely we worked on some situational stuff for sure. You never want to neglect that. But it is, I think, even technique, things like that.
Right.
And then just the basics, and really working on, the broad aspect of the playbook and everything. And, obviously it gives a lot of guys opportunity, younger guys, definitely a time to stand out throughout this time because of the opportunity you do get. But I would say it's definitely really just honing in on the playbook and the specifics of it for sure.
What we've asked you this before, Bryce. Remind me, your power rankings of segments of a football calendar year. You've got the season itself, you've got fall camp before that, spring ball, winter workworkouts. What's your favorite, least favorite out of all the little segments that you go through?
I guess so. It's like fall camp. trying to think, obviously the season definitely is at the top, just because of what it is. Fall camp does have an exciting, vibe to it for sure, because the season is coming around. But it's a little obviously more of a grind.
That's brutal because of what you're doing and because of the heat.
Yeah.
Right?
So I was literally about to say that the heat can be brutal at times. It is way longer days. Fall camps, I'm thinking spring ball is before fall camp.
All right.
Because like I said, spring ball weather's typically good. I know these guys have had some cold weather. But now,
you said last week, I think you didn't remember a lot of cold.
I really don't remember, especially these guys have had 30-degree days, 40-degree days. But spring ball, the weather's good. You're back in. It's literally all football. You still have your classes, but it's, a few hours a day of football. You're not, you're not dragged and dead tired. You do still have your lifting. But I think spring ball would surpass fall camp. So I think it'd be right behind there. Because it is such. I'm kind of getting excited thinking about how fun spring ball actually is. Yeah. Because your Saturdays, you have your scrimmage, but then your Saturdays they're off. You get to hang out with the guys or do whatever. It is just an exciting time, and obviously it gives you time to kind of put a good taste in the coach's mouth once spring ball is over. And then, as far as my rankings of winter workouts, Hell Week was kind of. It was kind of fun, but then you kind of enjoy it while you're in the moment. But leading up to it sucked. But I did enjoy working out because for me, I was always never satisfied with how big I was.
You're still working out to this day.
Still working out to this day. Just not really so much gain the weight, but at least maintain and look a little better. But winter workouts and fall camp, I'd say is kind of right there because training camp's a little tough. But then you have the Hell Week that kind of So I'd put them kind of together in the same group.
Bryce Williams joining us, talking spring football. Let's open up the booty bag, Shirley Rhodes, and make somebody a winner.
Booty, 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 booty everywhere. Booty, 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 booty everywhere.
All right, 317-1250. Shirley, what are we giving away on this Tuesday?
How about a shrimp taco lunch courtesy of Chico's?
All right, you can eat like the Williamses were for Anna's birthday with the lovely shrimp taco from Chico's. What caller are you looking for?
I'm going to go with caller 6.
Caller 6, 317-1250 when we return. Pirate Radio Outdoors and a little mini game for Bryce, Chandler, and Shirley. That and more on the way after this.
Every March, Jersey Mike's turns money from subs into charitable donations.
And March 29th is Jersey Mike's annual Day of Giving, where 100% of sales are donated to local charities.
And to kick off all that giving, Peter gave me an apron. I'm honored.
Looking good, Danny. We've got subs to make, though.
Yeah. Now I know why you gave me the apron. Join us Wednesday, March 29th for Jersey Mike's Day of Giving. Be a sub above.
You've worked hard to make your business successful, and that's why it's really important to always have a bank in your corner when you need them. This is former ECU baseball player Ashley Capps from First Bank, and our experienced team of local bankers includes Lee Watson, Bonner Latham, Chris Richards, Josh Hooten, and Heath Nisbet. To get the business services that are right for your business today, come and see someone on our team at First Bank on Arlington Boulevard here in Greenville. First Bank, together with our customers, we're creating a world where individuals and communities thrive.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Your vehicle is a big part of your life. That's why you should trust the team at Greenville Auto World for all your vehicle needs. Greenville Auto World believes in fair prices, superior service, and treating customers right. Visit greenvilleautoworld.net to see their fully stocked inventory of SUVs, trucks, and cars. Need a lift kit, custom rims, or wheels? Greenville Auto World can upgrade your vehicle today. For sales or service, visit Greenville Auto World on Highway 43 in Greenville.
At Papa John's, we start with better. Like marinated oven roasted chicken tossed in our new hot lemon pepper sauce, kind of better. And now you can find them on the Papa Pairings menu. Get 2 or more Papa Pairings favorites for just $6.99 each, only from Papa John's.
Hey, Pirate fans, Papa John's is the MVP move for game day or any day. Place your order online at papajohns.com and sign up for Papa Rewards. Papa John's, better ingredients, better pizza. Go Pirates!
Before anyone walks into your business, the outside is what they see. Make sure your first impression is a good impression with the right curb appeal. Hi, this is Daniel Andrews from Dan Andrews Lawn Service. We specialize in making your business look great. Let us handle all your professional landscaping needs. We do it all so you don't ever have to worry. Residential services are also available. Call us today at 717-8006 and we'll come out and give you a free quote. Taking care of your landscaping needs is all we do, and we've been doing it for over 20 years. You can trust our reliable team at Dan Andrews Lawn Service, covering all of Eastern North Carolina.
Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Keep it local. Print it local with University Sportswear. University Sportswear ENC.com is your one-stop shop for all promotional products for your business. With over 1 million items to shop from, University Sportswear ENC.com offers high-quality products at prices to fit any budget. Visit UniversitySportswearENC.com for contact information and to get shopping. UniversitySportswearENC.com, the official sportswear provider of Pirate Radio.
Did you know that it's illegal to dig without first calling 811? 811 is a free program that locates underground utilities, marking them with flags and paint lines so you know where not to dig. Accidentally digging into utility lines interrupts service and could seriously hurt you or someone else. If you know someone who's planning to dig, encourage them to call 811 at least 3 full working days before they dig. 811 is free, it's safe, and it's the law. This message is brought to you by Greenville Utilities and this station.
With over 30 locations across North Carolina and southeastern Virginia, Quality Equipment is your local John Deere dealer, where you'll find everything you need for your next project. Our complete lineup of John Deere lawn and garden, agricultural, and commercial worksite equipment comes with years of experience, expertise, and dedication. We know what it takes to get it done right. Stop by today or visit us online at qualityequip.com.
This is former ECU baseball player and mayor of Greenville, PJ Connolly, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Do you want to get rid of wrinkles? Tighten and lift your skin. Smooth your skin texture. Erase veins and brown spots and get rid of unwanted hair. Are you interested in Botox or filler? Contact the licensed professionals at Beauty Bar Medi-Spa on Red Banks Road in Greenville. Free consultations are available by calling 752-1406 or visiting beautybarmedispa.com. Enjoy your visit. Love your transformation. And congratulations to Eddie Vincent of Winterville, picked up a shrimp taco lunch courtesy of Chico's. Grab your amigos and head to Chico's and enjoy favorites like shrimp tacos, steak and chicken fajitas, burritos, enchiladas, ACP, and more. Plus, they have ice cold cervezas, and Chico's famous margaritas are always available. For Mexican food and fun, it's got to be Chico's. Now let's head back in to PRL. Here's Clip.
All right, let's play a quick game. I like to play a game when Bryce is here. We had a good one last week about naming these schools in Virginia, Tennessee, and South Carolina. You guys got off to a rocky start, but you guys ended up doing pretty good in that. This week, we're going to name something that's been in all of our kitchens as a youth and probably adults as well. We're going to name cereals. We're going to name the 19 most popular cereals based on boxes sold. And we're going to go around the room and play real quick. All right, so Shirley, ladies first. We'll let you go first. Most popular cereals based on boxes sold.
Got to start with my favorite, Frosted Flakes.
Okay, Frosted Flakes comes in at number 3. You are correct. All right, Bryce, what do you got?
Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch coming in at number 5. Chandler.
I'm going to go Fruit Loops.
Some call him a Fruit Loop. That is number 7 on the list. Shirley.
Captain Crunch.
Captain Crunch. Oh, Captain, my Captain. Can you be more specific?
The berry one.
Yeah, okay. That is number 17.
Oh.
Bryce.
I'm going Honey Nut Cheerios.
He's going Honey Nut Cheerios specifically, number 2.
Oh.
Honey Nut Cheerios. I buy a lot of those for Lily every week. Chandler.
I'm going to go Apple Jacks.
Apple Jacks is number 18.
Oh.
An old
Yikes.
classic. All right, Shirley.
Rice Krispies.
Oh, man. Just classic Rice Krispies. It's fallen off a little bit in our time, but it is number 13.
Oh, number 13.
Bryce.
Oh, God. I have. I'm going to go Honey Nut Bunches of Oats.
Honey Bunches of Oats. This is surprising to me. Number 4.
Hey. Wow.
So that is a very popular cereal.
Dang.
All right, Chandler.
I'm going to go with Cheerios.
Well, Cheerio, young man.
Cheerio, good Sam.
Number 1.
Oh, Jack.
Dang. He got number
By
1.
George, it's number 1.
Number 1 with a bullet. All right, Shirley. We're 6 for 6 so far.
How about
Or 9 for 9, I'm sorry.
Cocoa Pebbles?
All right, Cocoa Pebbles.
Hey, we have 10 more to go.
Cocoa Pebbles, not on the list.
Oh, wow.
I am sorry. Bryce.
Jeez. We have. What about like Fruity Pebbles? Like
Fruity Pebbles comes in at number 10.
Dang, I was going to go with Fruity Pebbles, but there are some people that like the cocoa ones better.
That's
Chandler.
true.
Silly rabbit. Tricks are for kids.
Tricks. Fantastic marketing, but not on the list.
Oh.
All right, Shirley.
Raisin Bran.
Raisin Bran. Keep raisins out of my cereal, I say. But the public disagrees. Number 11.
Oh.
Bryce.
Did you eat your Wheaties?
Wheaties. Some bought them
I feel like they're not
for the boxes and only for the boxes. That is incorrect.
Dang.
No Wheaties. Chandler.
Is cornflakes the same thing as
No, it's a different cereal.
that's definitely not up there.
Yeah, I wouldn't waste. There's not much flavor on them.
All right.
What's Kellogg's? Or
Kellogg's is like a brand.
Mm.
All right. What do you want to go with?
give me
3,
Jeez.
2, 1.
I don't know.
Say something. Nothing?
I have no
You
idea.
don't even want to throw one out?
I'm
Maybe
trying to
one. Just throw out a cereal.
Let's do. I'm trying to think of some.
I mean, just say nothing. All right.
Fried.
No answer. All right, fine. Shirley.
How about Corn Pops?
I like
man,
corn pops. The public disagrees.
Dang it.
Incorrect. All right,
So-
next one wins.
So Shirley said Captain Crunch berries.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go on a limb and say, or a whim, just Captain Crunch.
That is incorrect. That's why I said more specific. Chandler.
I'm going to go with.
So I lost.
Well, Shirley and Bryce are tied at the top. We're going to have to name a tiebreaker here.
Uh-oh.
Chandler, I'm going to give you an X. Shirley. All right, y'all just start naming them. Whoever says it wins.
Okay. We're going.
Reese's Pieces.
Oh, that's a good one.
Should we give her Reese's Puffs?
Reese's Puffs. That's what I was thinking of. Yes.
Reese's Puffs.
I mean,
I'm going to give it to her.
I'd give it to her because that was a good one.
Chandler, you would still be in the game. Corn Flakes is number 19.
Oh, man.
I was trying to. Just say a cereal. Go with it.
Cornflakes, though.
I know, and then you said no, it's not up there. Actually, Bryce said,
I
"Don't waste it.
Don't waste it on that.
That was all a scheme, and then I didn't use it. So.
Wait a minute. Oh, yeah, I gave you Raisin Bran. Raisin Bran Crunch is also up here.
Oh,
wow.
That's a good one.
Special K Red Berries.
That's the Kellogg one.
Special K.
Special K.
Life.
That's what you were kind of going
That's
for?
why I was
Life
for.
cereal?
Life.
People still like that?
Frosted Mini Wheats.
Ugh.
Lucky. We said those, didn't we?
Did anybody say Lucky Charms? Yeah, somebody did, right?
No.
Oh, wow.
Dang,
Yeah.
Tom,
How did I miss Lucky Charms?
So those
Lucky
were the
Charms.
ones that were not said.
Wow.
Shirley, you win today's game.
Congrats.
All right, Bryce, can you give us a 3-minute Pirate Radio Outdoors?
Yeah, it was, brief this week. We kind of went more so riding on the land this weekend. So took the boys for a run, just check things out, check the pond out. We're digging the pond out to expand it and eventually have fish there. And then check the hunting lanes, just see how the soil's looking for food plotting. And I did take a little spill this weekend on the side by side. If you can't notice my hand.
Oh, God, yeah.
So I won't play the volume, but I did this. This weekend, I turned over the side by side.
Oh my goodness!
And the bar landed on my hand.
Jeez Louise! Yeah.
So we had a little excitement on the outdoors. I was going around the turn, and normally on a four-wheeler you can sort of shift your weight. Well, this Ranger, sort of top heavy. I guess the wheelbase is the same, but it's being top heavy. You can't really shift your weight. Well, it was wet. I was going on the turn, and sure enough, I just slid, and then fell over on the side, and the top of the bar landed on my hand, and nothing broke though.
Is it swollen?
Yeah, it was more swollen.
It's a little puffy.
It's gone down.
Yeah.
But so we did that, checked out the land, and wiped that on the side by side. So
all right. That kind of just makes you feel alive though when you have
for
an
sure. Yeah, I'm like, oh wow,
a brush with death.
Yeah. Thank goodness. So everything's good. The dogs were not in the way, and the hand didn't break. So
that's good.
Honestly, there wasn't even I think a scratch on the side by side, thankfully, because it was wet grass. So we're all here. We made it.
Everybody's good, alive, and kicking. Bryce Williams, Pirate Radio Outdoors. As we take a break, what are you looking forward to this week as far as boat or land?
Well, so Jay has his big boat knock on wood, should be sold. So might be hauling the boat down to Florida this weekend to deliver the boat, and then possibly buy a boat that he's seeing south of Orlando. So
give one, take one.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Give a boat, take a boat. So either be doing that and or fishing is the plan. And then Jay's birthday is Friday. So
back on the birthday marathon.
Yep.
Good deal.
So
Bryce Williams, Pirate Radio Outdoors. We'll take our final break, come back, wrap it up after this.
Hey, Troy D here with my good friend Kelvin Rawls from Pest Tech. Kelvin, I just want to thank you and Chris and all the great folks at Pest Tech for such awesome service. You totally eliminated the mosquitoes in my backyard, plus the fire ant problem I was having in the yard.
Hey, you're certainly welcome, Troy. I have heard the same thing from all of our customers. With everyone being home, they want to enjoy the outside and being mosquito, fire ant, and pest free.
Enjoy all your property from the kitchen to the curb. Visit pesttechofgreenville.com today for complete service.
Here with Jeff Stein at Brown & Wood. Jeff, how can you help people with service in 2023?
We continue to offer free pickup and drop off for the customers, and our customers' time is valuable. So we've added 3 additional Express Lube technicians to reduce wait time. That's our #1 goal for 2023. And please don't forget, we service all makes and models. We're voted #1 in Greenville by the customer. Come see us at 329 Southwest Greenville Boulevard. Brown & Wood, 4 brands, 3 generations, 2 rooftops, and 1 goal to make sure you leave a happy customer.
Flight by Yingling. It's the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling & Son Incorporated, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
Did you know that it's illegal to dig without first calling 811? 811 is a free program that locates underground utilities, marking them with flags and paint lines so you know where not to dig. Accidentally digging into utility lines interrupts service and could seriously hurt you or someone else. If you know someone who's planning to dig, encourage them to call 811 at least 3 full working days before they dig. 811 is free, it's safe, and it's the law. This message is brought to you by Greenville Utilities and this station.
Be sure to check out David Price Construction for all of your commercial or custom residential renovation and building needs. Run by ECU alumni, David Price Construction specializes in commercial projects, maintenance on facilities, and large-scale residential renovations and additions. Proud to be voted the Remodeler of the Year by the Home Builders Association of Raleigh-Wake County in 2018 and Best Business Commercial Remodel Project winner for 2020. David Price Construction Construction, the proud ECU Home Services partner.
Saturday, April 8th, the NC Strutmasters Championship is back. Presented by Leopold and coming back to Farmville. Turkey hunters from all over the country are headed east to put their skills to the test, and the top scoring birds will win big cash prizes up to $30,000. Plus live performances by Nate Hosey and the Carolina Treat Band. A weigh-in will be held at R.A. Wood Farms, 39 Vanderford Thomas Road in Farmville, North Carolina. Registration is now open for two-man teams at ncstrutmasters.com. Brought to you by Sam Jones Barbecue, Big Rock Power Sports and Marine, Mossy Oak, Spring Hill Outfitters, Carolina Caliber, Mossberg, Doug Henry of Farmville, and Hayden Outdoors Real Estate. Deadline to register is April 3rd, or the first 165 teams. And we'll see you there for the NC Strutmasters Championship. Winslow's is now Fifth Street Hardware Restaurant and Tap Room. With a brand new look, Fifth Street Hardware also has a new menu and serving lunch and dinner every Tuesday through Sunday and brunch starting at 10:30 on Sundays. What else is new? Well, they have poker every Tuesday night, Trivia Wednesday with DJ Captain Morgan, and on Friday and Saturday nights they have live music open till 2 a.m. serving light appetizers all night long. New look, new name, same location on Fifth Street. Follow them on Facebook and Instagram for more specials. Fifth Street Hardware Restaurant and Tap Room.
This is Big John Williams, strength and conditioning coach for East Carolina football, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
It was another good day for the stock market as the Dow was up 316 points and closed at 32,560. NASDAQ was up 184 and 11,860. S&P was up 51 points and closed out at 4,002. That's your Wells Fargo Advisors financial report. For a personal look into investing, call Wells Fargo Advisors today at 756-6900 in Greenville. Wells Fargo Advisors LLC, member SIPC. And Clip, you want to end the show on some possible positive news?
I love possible positive news.
Sports betting is getting a second look in the North Carolina House.
Oh, wow. We won't have to drive to Virginia, Chandler. That'd be great.
So we'll keep an eye on that.
Very positive. Also coming up next Tuesday, along with Bryce Williams and Mully, we'll be talking to ECU head basketball coach Mike Schwartz. He'll join us to kick off the show next Tuesday at 3 o'clock. So programming alert there. Bryce, thanks for hanging out.
Thanks for having me.
Enjoyed it, man. We'll see you next week. For Shirley Rose, the Chan Man.
I will see you guys Thursday.
Oh, that's right. You're heading to Fayetteville.
Yes.
For some ECU baseball. See you Thursday, buddy.
Yes, sir.
We will talk to you Wednesday, 3 o'clock on an all-new edition of Pirate Radio Live. So long, everybody.
Have a great night, Eastern Carolina.
Thanks for listening to Pirate Radio Live, an exclusive presentation of the voice of the Pirate Nation.